And that's really good to know. Sorry, it's a little bit hectic today because we had some issues with my OBS. So OBS updated fine. I did this an hour ago. But then when I went to go live, I realized that I wasn't getting any connection to YouTube. My multi-streaming plugin had kind of broken with the update. I had to rapidly find a way to get feeds out to YouTube so people like Onivia can hear what's going on. Nice to have you all in here over on Onivia. Well, or I can have you all available. Out. I can see. Very nice. Oh. Where is my preview? Do that. Beautiful. Now I can see what's going on. Where's my other pop-out? Ah, that's where it is. Fantastic. We'll put this over here. Hey, Christine. Good to see you. Hey, Vincent. Okay. Right then. I do a bit of breaking down, and then once we're in the break, I'm going to get myself a glass of water and a cup of tea. All set up to go. A little bit hectic. All been a bit short notice. So OSC, as it stands, have gone and locked in Smolder, they've locked in Malachite, they've locked in Whey, which is basically double artillery pieces, effectively. With the Smolder and the Whey, Malachite are set up. If they get into an objective space first, they're going to be very, very annoying. Which is why Verdant have gone for Jarvan and Kai'Sa to basically close the distance. Well, you're not going to win a poke war. You're not going to win a front-to-back with the saplings and the zone control very easily with what's gone on. Devon getting hold of his Kai'Sa should be very, very good. Danke is a phenomenal Jarvan. I love watching him on Jarvan. You've got the Orion to go with it. You can absolutely blast the way, and Smolder, if it's flat, down, it's been a bad time. We've actually got one of Verdant's major staff members as well. Danksman as well. Big shout out. Will be able to offer their own insight to what they can. Of course, they can't spoil too much. But if you've got any insight on champions or players, or like, yo, I really love seeing this player on this, or I'm missing something because you know these players super well, give us a heads up. It's always nice to have that kind of background insight in there. Always super helpful to see what's going on. That's over in my Twitch chat for those of you over in the YouTube who don't stress too much about it. I need to make sure I've got something on my socials as well. I am... Get my camera a bit bigger. I can. So, they've got locked in Aatrox blinds. They've gotten rid of the double parry AD fighter tops in Jackson Camille. Jackson's just got some buffs. Camille been around and about a little bit. I think Ambessa is fine here for Ed. Another really good diving option. It's great pairing with a Jarvan. Solid pairing with Ambessa. Follows up with Kai'Sa. Rakan or is Nico up? Nico got banned. Very smart with the Kai'Sa already locked. Thank you for the follow, Danny. Appreciate you coming on in. What are we thinking here? I mean, Rakan is fine. Torre is an excellent Rakan. Really love. I mean, honestly, I still think his Nautilus is my favorite to watch. Mainly because he ends up in wild places, but his Rakan is really, really excellent. And it's another good diving pairing. Verdant, very on theme. It's a very strong comp. Kai'Sa, Jarvan, and Ambessa with the Orianna. Very, very potent. It does leave open a very obvious Poppy here. Everyone but the Orianna gets giga screwed by their dash count getting cancelled by Poppy. Does help keep the Smolder alive alongside the Maokai and stuff. Way's surprisingly okay at it as well with the Tranquil Pool. His... I think that's WW? Whatever the one that puts a little AoE space on the ground that adds some shielding and healing. Is surprisingly potent at keeping your backline alive. So, this is a bit of a weird one. Verdant have actually got a pretty good early start to the game. Because I think the Ambessa Aatrox is a bit of a wash. Depends how good SLT is at slipping in and out of... I always forget to move my... Oh, there you go. Out of Aatrox keys. That's what we're going with that. However, I think Rakan Jarvan are going to be a lot more potent than the Maokai early, though Poppy is super good. And Jarvan comes online a little earlier than Maokai. And obviously Whey, Smolder, very, very much on a scaling front. Again, Smolder, the big core of that. Not, of course, that Oriana and Kaiser are necessarily known for their early game prowess per se. However, they are, for me, going to come online with level 6 a lot more aggressively than OSC are, and they snowball a bit harder there with the Jarvan, with the big diving combo, with the big pop blossom, shockwave. Need to go back. And they're going to want to make the mid games really, really potent. You want to stack dragons early into the smolder, because basically, if you hit 25-ish minutes, 23 and a half, and Smolder's gotten stacks, and the game is even enough, I think Smolder Way with Maokai and the prowess around objectives and front to backs gets harder to manage. That is not the case at all if you get ahead of curve and you can consistently punish a Smolder Way. I think it's a little bit much of a muchness. Finally an English stream. Hello. Happy to be here. We're doing our best. We'll be covering all of the days we can. We're over on Onivia as well. It's basically just me. I might grab Nymera from the other room at some point if they want to come and say hey. But we've got between this and ASI and a couple other bits as well. We're doing quite a lot of coverage in general, so please do come say hey. We'll try and do something in the breaks as well. Might be some Genshin or some Hades. I've got Hades downloaded, and we could play a bit of that in the break while we're waiting. So we'll try and keep some entertainment value. Anyway, before I keep nattering about drafts, I need to go grab myself that glass of water, especially because we've actually hit the rift. God damn it. You'd think, guys, you'd think I'd go and do the water first. But hey, got distracted yelling at you all. So we'll be right back. Ugh.
Minions have spawned.
All right, folks. Hello. I have water. I have Red Bull. I have a dream. Squeeze in. Camera's all right. How are we feeling? That's probably okay. Okay, so let's have a think about this one, shall we? That's not working. That's why. That's a little better. Need to make sure I have that on, or we get in trouble. So, water first. So, realistically, I suppose the Poppy's going to deny the Rakan a bit. So actually, the Smolder's going to have a bit of a freer lane than I would have necessarily liked. However, basically, once level 6 start coming on through, things get scary. And I think Dank has got a lot of power here to make a lot of plays happen. Hey, Sylv, good to have you in here. How's life? Because I think the Rakan Jarvan is going to be able to do a lot more than the Maokai early, who has gone towards the Ember Claw, the Scorch Claw. So they're going towards a damage build on the Maokai. So it'll be Liandry's Riftmaker, something like that. My region's cooked, but here we be, but otherwise good. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Doing all right, doing all right. It's been a busy, busy few days. NLC boys playing, absolutely nervous. That's why we're here. I'll be covering all the NLC games I can. Got LR to end things out, Verdant to start things up. So, I'm not even from an NLC company, but it's my league now. I mean, welcome. How it is. We're a big old hodgepodge at this point. So the thing is, I don't know OSC super well. I know Adafa from before, and I've seen Dash around. But OE, LP, LOL enjoyers. What do we think of OSC? Because I've not seen a lot of LP LOL. It has to be said. I know, obviously, their first seed tends to be quite fun. White Dragons back in the day was really excellent. But if anyone's got an opinion on OSC, give us a heads up. I'm obviously in favour of Verdant. I think, actually, they were, at points, a genuinely real contender to LR. I think they are going to be very disappointed with how the finals played out. They had very suspect early games when, actually, normally they'd been very good at convincingly getting some leads in. And then got a little bit dicier about closing things out. We're very reliant on some Torre magic to make things happen. But, you know, the likes of Danka, very aggressive. SLT, Senkux, very, very solid mid-game players. It just got a little bit scrappy in terms of closing things out cleanly and pulling people apart enough later on that things like Barons could lead to wins. And it sort of meant that you'd end up in these... They get caught in stalemates and stall-outs a bit too... I feel like Verdant lacks stage experience, so... For Devon and Danka, to an extent, yes. But I don't... I think it is somewhat... what's the word here? Somewhat disingenuous. Actually, Shorty's in real danger here. Has to flash, yeah. Oh, SLT! Oh, he fell the flash over the wall. He was being greedy for it. Exactly. Danksman is saying it. SLT, Senkux, and Tori has no excuse stage-wise. And that's coming from one of the Verdant high-ups, right? Like Danksman has never been one to mince words. And I completely agree. It is disingenuous to say that about the likes of Torre and Senkux in particular, who have been to Worlds. Torre was obviously the artist formerly known as Norskaren. Exactly, they've got way more stage experience than Bowers and Velia. SLT was obviously an LEC player before. You've got people who played on big stages. Yes, for Danka and Devon, you have a little bit more, perhaps you can perhaps have a little bit more sympathy for, especially because particularly the finals were a really big venue, whatever level of play you think. It was a genuinely huge venue we were playing at over in Sweden. It was really awesome. Like I had a wonderful time traveling out to Stockholm. But it was a big venue, thousands of people, proper arena. Verdant getting the hold of the early dragons, really good news. But for me, that then became this whole conversation about. Let me turn my lights on as well. Give me a second. I'm really a little dark in here. Are we getting any more violence? Okay, 1 second. There we go. Bit better. About people who should be turning up in the scenarios not. I think Torre had a very quiet series. I think SLT got gapped. I think Senkux was okay. Did actually do a decent job early on into Nemesis. In fact, he's the one player I thought played really well. But for Danka and Devon, it was going to be scary. I just think you have got... But I do think LR just came in and played their game and played it well, which is frustrating, I think, for Verdant, who I think didn't step up and challenge what LR offered. And that is something I'm hoping changes here, and they take that experience and learn from it, because they can be better. But as I was saying, as Danksman was saying, he walked out on that stage. I was stagehanding that show. It was a big bloody stage, guys. We had we had pyrotechnics, we had multiple space of flags. It was terrifying. Everyone's nervous walking out, even if you're just a backstage person. Like, it was always going to be a bit much, but even then, you hopefully is the honest answer. But hey, early on here, looking all right. I think Kaiser should have gone Cull to match the Smolder, but hey, we're rushing Kraken Slayer. Could probably still do it now. Zuhi needs to be super careful. They're dead. They're dead, they're dead, they're dead. They've got no flash already. Good knockup, good Cataclysm. Shorty's turned up. That's decent Infernal Chains, but I think Torre's still got a Battle Dance. So flash out of one. Shorty's now a little bit shy. Torre will likely be traded for this. And will. Ambassador was a bit late there. I don't think they were necessarily expecting Shorty to be around as freely. They pulled off Grubs for it. Who got the kills? So Poppy got the kill versus the Oriana got the kill. Senkux for the kill. Worth it every time. And the wave then gets lost. And they don't get to finish Grubs. That's a good win there. I think without trying to be supervised, we would give them a lot better farms if it was offline. Oh, well... Yeah, there was some frustrating bits with some of the land stuff, but As I understand it, and again, there's only so much I can say, because I actually got to be careful, because I'm not sure what I can say. But I know there were issues that were not within NLC's ability to control and had to go towards Riot. Oh, in terms of nerves. Sorry, yes. For some of the players. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. And it's a big stage. It's a massive stage. And perhaps as well, they'll do better at EMEA Masters. At the minute, it's not in front of a kind of audience. But even then, like, to a certain extent, you have to step up to the stage and manage the pressure. And there are certain players on here who've been playing long enough at a high enough level that I expect them to do better. And I'm sure they expect it of themselves. Now, I've chatted to Tori, I've chatted to Senkux. They are not new to them. I know SLT a little less. But, you know, on those stages against the teams with the aura and the backing of Lost Returns, as I play against Armin Core in Paris or T1 at international stage, and I'm giving up big names here because they're the ones where you turn up to play them, and everyone knows them, and everyone loves them, and everyone in the audience is there to back them up, and there's been loads of stuff online. You're coming in, you're going, oh my days, this is a massive stage, and everyone in the crowd is like 90-10 in favor of the other team. Like, that's a lot of pressure. Not easy to come out there and play. That said, if you want to be the best, if you want to win in the NLC at this level, against, you know, what we had this year, you have to be able to manage that stage. And if you can't, then you're going to get punished. And they did. What there is to it. What there is to it. Right, so I'm going to lean back a bit. Hopefully you can all hear me still just fine. Where are we at? Early-ish. Even enough. 80 carries are relatively even. I still think Devon should have gone Cull here. That's going to give Smolder more value than I'm necessarily comfortable giving him over. Ori's going for the rower build. You're into a lot of bruises. Probably fine. Though I think you could have afforded this game to go, especially RG the sole AP. I know Kai'Sa does tend to do some hybrid-y shenanigans. For a slightly higher damage build or a Leandry's build or something. But hey, it's been pretty common. And it does allow you to survive a lot of burst and basically just play pseudo bruisery. So your shockwaves will be less damaging. It does mean your uptime needs to be good though. You can't afford to just hit a skill shot and be done. You need to be getting through several rotations. You need to be getting through a lot of the clockwork wind-up order. Make sure we're all good. Oh, we are. Are rematches allowed in EMEA Masters if the same opponents are picked, like the DK? I think you are saved from them until a certain point, if memory serves. I don't think you can do Swiss. Actually, I don't know. I don't. You know what? I don't want to give misinformation there. Let me go. I tell you what. Let me go have a look and see if I can find out. Can't in Swiss. Yeah, so I don't think you can do it in Swiss. I think that will reset off for playoffs. For sure. From quarters. What I think is, I couldn't remember whether it was from semis or from quarters. I think it will be from quarters. Danksman, again, will have probably more up-to-date info on that than I will. Yeah, as far as I knew, it couldn't happen in Swiss. But it certainly could from quarters. I was trying to remember whether it was semis or not. We definitely have had rematches in playoffs. In fact, you're almost guaranteed to post a certain point, right? Because if you're getting your 2-0 teams versus 2-0 teams, you will end up inevitably coming against people at a certain point. Because that happened with LR versus the team that beat them. Was it Barca who beat them? I think it was Barca in winter. I'd have to go look up the numbers again.
Will soon fall.
Yeah, it was Barca. Thanks, Sylph. Okay, second dragon. That is the correct call. And we got the early grubs. Yeah, that's pretty good now for Verdant. This should be Barca towards feats of strength with this. Now they're looking for kills or turret. And I think, again, you do want those early objectives. The gold is whatever at this point. But as plates have now fallen and first items are now largely in, this is where I need to see Verdant's comp starting to do stuff over the next 5 or so minutes. I want to see them play really aggressively for Herald, use that Herald and Grubs to then set up the first turret, and snowball from there. If you don't, then I get a bit more worried about that kind of artillery core, plus now what is nearly 1,000 gold lead for Smolder with the cull that just cashed in, becoming an issue as the game goes on. And it will be an issue with the game. Here comes that Herald we were talking about. Everyone's pretty much got ults. SLD to hit level 11. That's potentially big here. Stunned the wall, but Naruto's down the right charge. Devon's not here, but again, it's a bit weird because Kai'Sa can obviously rejoin quite happily from another angle. Grass, body block, buffered. Oh, that's unfortunate, but Severing Bolt. They tried to turn onto Ardafla. Kai'Sa couldn't join because it was too far away, so he got rank 1 ult. And it's just a very good Severing Bolt combo. And he's lots of burst into getting rooted up. Dank has gone for the usual very aggressive... Not gone for the Eclipse goal. Who was it? Oh, Devon! Zuhi's doing silly things there. That's 2 really nasty snipes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now that is a problem. So Smolder's now got an 1100 gold leads. Quay just picked up 2 kills from that off a very nice set of snipes. 2 Severing Bolts to pick up Danka and Devon. I didn't see how Devon ended up getting chunked out so low. I think he just face tanked a load of damage from the way. Which is not great. Bluntly, you should be better than that. But like that was the fight where we needed things to happen. Devon was topside, didn't get shoved, didn't get a chance to ult across the play because he was only level 9. You don't have the rank 2 of the ultimate. Kai'Sa at that point is actually quite short. Couldn't jump from one side of the river to the other to join the play. The Nature's Grasp was a bit nasty. Where was the Ambassador during this, by the way? I guess with the Aatrox, wherever they were. But you can't lose the 4v4 like that. That's poor. It's poor. And that's now set up a very heavy scaling comp with Quay and Smolder. Smolder, very, very well. 158 stacks. It'll be a 24-ish minute soul. If you get it on spawn. The earliest. You probably do need to play for that. Torres looking for Ardafla. Does have flash. Will be forced to burn it. We'll take it. And Shorty trading out. Ardafla still needs to be careful here, actually. Ooh, had to backstep to avoid the public execution. What was that rotation? A SLT has failed another flash over the wall. He failed another flash over the wall. I saw that, you cretin. Okay, still that's a bigger 1-for-1, and we did kill the Smolder. However, we're going to lose first turret. Where was Devon during this, by the way? He was mid, okay. Okay, few. Not even close, Dory. Do we get a replay? Because genuinely, I just watched SLT fail the flash again over the wall. Like, come on. Hey, Simi, good to see you. Devon did try to run it, but couldn't find an angle, join, went back mid. Yeah, that's basically part of it, isn't it? I'm trying to do a Instagram post. I'm forgetting. So, here we go. I'll do that in a second. This needs to be the fight, guys. Another decent ult from Dash. Keeps them off the dragon. Not actually down that low, though. And Devon and Tori on a really good angle here. Oh, Tori! Beautiful! How did they not spot him? Shockwave lands onto our Daphne, but that means Kai'Sa can ult in. Oh, no, she queued too early. Zhui ended up catching it a little bit weird, but they still get the kill. Dragon was picked up by OSC. The problem is the fight for them has gone awfully. Smite from Danka secures that kill. Ends up being a 2-for-1. And 2-for-1, but stop soul point. I think OSC take that, actually. Can we get Dragon off it? Can you do Atakan afterwards? Hang on, what's happening bot lane? Danka? What? Next to Atakan? Oh, no. I don't know whether they can do this without the AD carry, but they might be able to give it a go. Maokai's surprisingly good objective damage here with the burns. Oh, you've got to ward this, guys. Tori had a wonderful fight there. Now, how the hell Danka ended up caught in a 1v3 there, I don't know. Tori. Okay, well, that's going to be problematic. I think this is just out of card unless we get the fight after. Where is SLT not here? Aatrox is coming. This will be a 3v4. Oh, Zhui's really low. Really low. Oh, nearly. Nice idea, Senkux. That's Atakan and Dragon. OSC very happy with that. A little bit dicey for Verdant now. Tori's going to eat 2 Darkin Blades. SLT will get the turret at least. This is a very good space for OSC. Got, what, 40-odd stacks until Smolder's online. At the very least, Devon picked up the shutdowns and has got a decent amount of farm and got some gold back with the turrets. That's good news for the Kai'Sa. I fear, though, that Verdant have not got the Herald, didn't get the Dragon, didn't get the Atakan, and that is just going to favor OSC, who want the game a little bit later anyway. Giving up a couple kills here or there is whatever. I don't know how Danka ended up alone there, but getting caught is not acceptable. That one, that's really problematic. Social mediaing. That's what we needed. I am doing okay. A bit aggravated with Verdant's unfortunate habit of not playing around Maokai ultimate very well. This is a nice pick. Surely dead. And Devon gets the kill. Cross my mid-tier 1. But that might have been like a likelihood anyway. Danka clears out the wave with that. Oh, dear. Got pulled back by Maokai. Ah, Danka is not having a great game. Aggravated, Sam. A little bit. A little bit. Ooh, hang on. Ooh, nice pickup. Dash. Started took a lot of damage, but he's not quite got stacks. He is like 5 stacks off doing a lot of damage here. Oh, Sankuk's running the wrong way. And Dank is still dead from mid. Can they TP out? Yes, they can. Nicely done, Senkux. Very heads up. And gets the wave in mid. That's really good. Hey, Conway, not a problem. Solari should have it soon. Actually, I need to give it the tracking number. I sent it yesterday. I was away for a wedding for a week, and I didn't want to send it from the UK. So sorry. So I came back and ended up like Gigaril from NLC. And then I basically ended up back in the UK for a couple of weeks with a wedding. It's been really delayed in being sent. I am so sorry about that. Hey, Brack. Thank you for coming and saying hello. For those of you who don't know, Brack is Brit, wonderful Electric caster. Conway as well, in chat. basically turned up to NLC finals with bespoke magic cards for all of the casters to sign, which was really, really, really cool. And I was tasked with ensuring that Solari got a hold of hers. She has got it en route, tracked and safe. Connor's already come to say hello on that front as well about that one. Yeah, again, not a problem. I am sorry it took a little while there, dude. I was all over the place. So it wasn't custom cards. It was like, what's the term? Like, they picked out specific cards for each of it. So, like, Solari got a really cool Rhystic study to sign. Like, the reason we're being so careful with it, because it's a very nice Rhystic study. Oil and everything, very lovely. I got a Jace variant. Middlecourt got Krenko. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. That's a really good angle from the Kaiser, but the root. Oh, Devon. That is a half second early. He flew into the AP Maokai route. That is so aggravating. There you go. Konoe's got the list there. And of course, Kenrith for Archeron was such a cool one as well. Oh, Senkox. He's dead. I was busy talking magic cards. Awkward. Thank you, Konoe, for having that. Actually, you know what? When you get them back, Konoe, do you mind taking a picture for all of us? Because I'd love to have, like, I'd love a picture with all of the cards, if you see what I mean. Then that would be really cool. SLT's dead. This game, unfortunately, guys, I think is over now. The mid game was far too messy from Verdant. They gave up too much. The gold lead at this point is going to balloon further. This Maokai in particular has now become basically mashed us. And Smolder's gotten stacks. Unless Torre gets the Miracle Smite steal, this is going to be a problem. Danka has been a little bit off. Devon's really struggled to get involved in the plays without dying doing it. That's not bad from Torre, to be fair, but he's dead for it. Yeah, this isn't it. Good stuff from OSC, but very disappointing from us. There's the third item for Kaiser. But look at that Smolder's inventory, guys. And the waves, for that matter. Zuhi, by the way, is now 7-1-6. Where was the last time I cast Zuhi? Hang on, dashes. Oh, Devon! Into the Poppy W! Like, Verdant are panicking now, and they have been for the last few. I think is the way to put it. Very good from Rutsoap, really good positioning, very sharp timing on the W, but this Kaiser has basically got no value into the Poppy, and it was a really good Luke Skywalker pick. Red 5 was standing by, and they proton torpedoed this draft. Torre, for all of his scoreline, and it's not great, has actually been trying to find some engages. I'm not as down on that scoreline as I am Verdant's overall play here. I think Torre's scoreline is a symptom of Verdant needing to look for plays and him trying to make things happen and dying doing it. If they were going to come back here, it's going to have to be on a Miracle Shockwave that brings down Juhi and Smolder simultaneously without costing you. Let me go look up the last time. Odivelas in a really good spot now. Sorry, my camera just defocused on me. Why are you doing this? Oh, I bet I've got autofocus on this. Hang on. Yeah, I do. Go away. Sure. Better. That's a lot of damage. Toro's gonna... Oh, I think he might just die here. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, backstep on the Severing Bolt. Not quite a burn. Flash from Rutso. Does get it with the Buckler. Dies now. Ardafla's in the mid. Yeah, I mean, it's done. SLT's now in a 1v3. Does get the public execution, but gets feared by Zhu straight after. Oh, he was on Rich Gang. That's when I was casting him last. Of course. He was on Rich Gang. And Unique before that. It's alright, it's strictly an NLC win then. This is a bit of a... Like, they are better than this. Yeah, like, they are better than this, Bob. I'm with you as well. I expected better. Who have I got winning EMEA Masters this split? I mean, obviously Lost Returns are going to come in as the favourites. They're back-to-back reigning champs. They have won every single NLC split. They're on the rat-laced road, aren't they? They are about to Pied Piper the whole league.
A summoner has disconnected.
Is obviously going to be a favourite. Is this a best of one, Entwu? Yes, it is. Also, good to see you, Entwu. Miss your face. Mulder soloing Ambessa FF. A little bit sad. Yep. It is a little bit sad. It has to be said. So, where are we at here, then? Do we get post stuff? Hopefully so. But who else up for it? I think you're going to be looking at LFL 1, 2. Both look pretty good here. Hey, thank you for the follow. So, yeah, I mean, like... Senkuk's landed one good shock. Well, maybe two good shockwaves this game. Tori had some good engages. Danka got caught out way too much. Died far too freely. This Kaiser was not involved in fights the way they need to be. Hey, Baruch, good to see you. I'm doing really well. But you know, like it's a bit of a mid bot gap, isn't it? They got a lot more value than we did there. I think League of Its Own is going to be a great event for the Reckon Conway. So if you did want to go to a big show in the EU, I think League of Its Own is going to be really good. So I'd have. So NLC taking all the CE Masters. I think they're in with a good shot of it. I think LR are obviously going to be one of the favorites. Let's have a look at who. Let me have a quick look through who else is on here before I start throwing out too much in the way of. Oh, good grief, Sam. Absolutes. That'll do. We'll go with the option. Ella versus Rich Gang, who says, I think Rich Gang are going to be good fun. I quite rate him in a minute. Where's my EMEA Master? Did I just close it somewhere? Maybe I did. Surely not. No, that's not it. No. No, that's not it either. Oh, good grief. Yeah. Right, let me go look. Hey, thank you for that, Obscure. Thank you for the follow, Obscure. Good grief. Let me finish the sentence there. Art thou in mere mass? Come on, Chrome is dying on me a bit here. Really dying on me here. Good lord. Right. Who have we got here? I need to switch over the clean feed as well to our next game. I've got Hades sounds on my brain. I think Giant X are potentially very scary. I still quite rate Lost Heretics, even though they came second. They've been quite good all year. They had a really poor spring. They really underperformed in spring. I had them as one of the favorites the whole damn thing. They fumbled horribly. I don't think I allowed on this. What is it? That'll be why it's frying. Hey, Miko streaming English, but here you are. Good to see you. Sad Verdant lost. Yeah, me too. Good grief. I was like, why is this frying? It's because basically, LOL, with the LOLpedia, the LOL fandom website, started having the most insane adverts that absolutely fry your CPU. So I've got an ad blocker. Normally, I would like, for a wiki like that, I'm normally down to support. But it's literally tanking my PC. I'm like, no, you screw off with that. Shelf made, of course. BAG's got that to add. Got that. I think realistically, the most obvious finals is Carmine Core Blue versus Lost Return. Mainta, Slow Q, Exa, even Yukino actually. I think Yukino was. Does the new wiki have does the new wiki have esports? Is the big thing. So I'm on the esports LOL fandom wiki. Not the League of Legends, like not the League of Legends new wiki, which is like Champions for the record. When is Team Orange Gaming playing? That's a good question, actually. I'll double check for you. Just a heads up of the games we're covering here today, just so everyone knows. I'm going to be doing Giant X Pride versus PXS next. In fact, let me go get that feed right before I give things away. Gosh darn it. Let me go get the co-stream feed. I got so many bloody... A lot of tabs, Sam. I don't think I need that many tabs. But hey, here we are. Okay, I know what that is. Where art thou? It is on this one. But they will be playing next, Team Orange Gaming. So they should be on shortly. Unfortunately, I'm afraid to say, I am doing... Actually, they just played, I think. They just played. I do apologize. So Orange have played. I don't know how they're doing. We aren't actually going on to that feed. We're going on to feed... Because we're doing... Giant X Pride versus Partizan Sangal next, because I want to see how GX look as one of our potential front runners for the league. What do I think of Galleons, actually? I mean, that's a Xerxes and Harpoons team, and Zoelis as well, and Ragnar. So yeah, I think Carmine Core Blue, Galleons, Lost Returns probably your top three. And then there's probably, or your S tier. I think just outside of that then is Giant X, who I might be underestimating here. Big, and probably something like Lost Heretics, because I still really rate Douglas and Kaiser and Rin. I don't know what I think about Team Orange Gaming. See, I still don't trust C-Boy. I remember this guy from NLC. Right, let's get this feed up so I'm not waiting on things. Wait. On. Do it. Right. Fingers crossed. This is the right feed. Oh. That's not what I was expecting. Danish over here. No, I guess every league has their own streams, like Prime League, even German. Is there a reason why EMEA doesn't stream itself? Money. They don't have the funding, so they're only doing playoffs, which is really, really frustrating. Yes, right. You see what's going on? Have they just had a really late start? Let me just double check, because this is not what I was expecting. Have we... What's going on here? Hang on. Schedule. No. Are they just on a really late start? Okay, wow, they're just really, really late, is the answer. They're just really, really late. Oh my god. They had a massive pause, is what happened. Hey, Jay, good to see you. Oh, this is your first time chatting in here, Jay. Oh my days. How... The amount I see you over doing LPL stuff, that's kind of wild. POG is already playing. They're currently beating VVV. Okay, guys. So, we said we do Giant X Pride next. However, this game has been very, very delayed. So, do we have a preference on what we want to watch? Because I think Misa are potentially quite cool to watch. This is Closer. This is Closer's team, right? It's always going to be. So, Closer's team, you know. You're usually on when I go to sleep. Very true. The earlier, if I say we're in the wrong time zone for you, mate. But also hello. What do you think will join NLC next year? Couple options. We will hold on it for now. Well, maybe we'll have that discussion in the break. But does anyone have a preference on what we watch right? We've got Gentlemates versus Isuba. Orange Gaming versus Veni Vici. See what's happening in the other feeds. Orange Gaming just beat VVV. Gentlemates just beat Isuba. We might switch over if we have to. Something a little different. There's something a little different if we have to. If we have. But Rossman versus Colossal would be nice. Yeah, we can have a look at that. Especially because basically there's been enough delays here that we can't do the game we were thinking of right. Colossal might not be a bad one. Rude. That'd be a IT Prime League 3. Canon, Funky. Versus Miatek and stuff. Yeah, that could be a decent one if that's on. News crowd in my opinion is not valid. Fair. At least Lost Returns will have English. It's true. True. Cadrel doing his best work there. Well, tell you what, let's break down what we're doing on here first. There's Mirage Q, of course, we should know. He was an LC player for Zamalek as well. Obviously, X and Ezreal was on a few NLC teams. Bit of a psycho on Varus. In Maciek, of course. There should be a Ribson as well. These are all very famous Polish players. I've always rated Mirage Q's. Akali was always one of his better champions. Zamalek, obviously, a decent Ezreal player as well. Yeah. So there's some fairly famous players here from all over the place. They've done very well at levels like NLC before. Did Mirage Q win? I can't for the life of me remember. I think, wasn't he the unfortunate replacement for Emenes back in the day? But I had to come in on very short notice. There's a whole mess there. Yeah, he was on JDXL and had to repair with Zamalek for that matter. And he was on that horrible. He was in that horrible scenario where he had to kind of fill in out of nowhere after M&S crashed out in extravagant fashion. Why is 15.9? What's the point one? That'll be a hot fix, Marius. That'll be the hot fix, I would imagine. Let's go. So I'm gonna leave it till the hour, and then we'll have a hunt around and see what's happening on our second games and stuff. So obviously, this is in a bit of a weird spot where this feed is very, very, very far behind now, which is very frustrating. But hey, sometimes that's just the way it is. And then we might do something like look at we can have a look at Rossman or Colossal. Galleon's essentially a bit meh. Amazing versus Entropic might be a bit meh as well. Giant X would have been the one to see because I think they're one of our front runners. Malphite hotfix or Java. I think it will be the Malphite hotfix because that was ridiculous. Or actually, I'm not sure. Did they fix that or they just banned Shyvana? Because it was related to Shyvana, if I remember. Oh, hang on. What's that? Unfortunate blast cone there, FMS. See, much better, Kaiserol. There we go. Morozcu's dead. Mini-match 8 is also now going to be in so much danger because they have nowhere to go, no flash, and their Eclipse is about to time out, so they are no longer tanky. Zamalek did have Arcane Shift, still got Barrier, had to blow the flash though. Yeah, that's probably game, actually. Dragon and kills all onto really scary members. I think you lose front to back. Because I don't... do I think... Yeah. Unless the Akali really pops off in a team fight, I actually think the Shinzao Ori plus Kai'Sa Rumble is going to be really, really annoying to manage. Kai'Sa's surprisingly good into Wukong. Because you have so many tools to reposition and dash away that it's hard for Wukong to get both parts of his ultimate off on you. Even compared to something like a Xayah, actually. Normally has a weirder time into the wound. They fixed it. Ah, okay. Good to know, Maris. FMS is a turn comp. Why play team comp? Yeah, I mean, like, they do have a team fight comp as well. If Leona or Wukong catches someone with a really good flank angle. Don't judge Partisan on that one. Yeah, true. I just wanted to see what they look like, to be honest. Because I need to see them dismantle a team like that. Well, again, we'll wait until the hour, and then we'll see whether we're getting game starts on the second game, because I don't want to get caught behind too much. Though I do think our second games of the day are a little bit less exciting. Go up to Giant Eggs Partisan. I want to see Hungry Panda, my go. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan. Oh, we've got a DFM. We've got a DFM fan in chat, by the way. I see you, Claire. My go. I used to live in Yokohama. Never did get the chance to go see the LJL live, though, when it was in Roppongi. That's an unfortunate stuff down to give up. This is going to be a 1v4 on a turret. I don't know the Mihilo wants to be here. They've got a wave coming. Yeah, the equalizer on the wave is very smart. Broken flip landed onto the Rumble, but going on a tower would be a bad idea. The problem is it's keeping everyone busy while Misa just takes it. That's that one. Who do I have my top 3 contenders? LR, KCB... Probably, and I say this with care, probably Galleons then third. Though I want to see Giant X and Big play before against someone good as well, because I still rate. I think Bean Limit and are good fun. I worry a bit more for Deor Density Shelf-Made, less Shelf-Made against top-end people. Because we've seen what they do. I think Ragnar, Xerxes, even Seren's really good. Zoelis, I think that's a very, very scary roster. Gentlemate's a dark horse. Yes. Empiros and Comp, Odote, Aka. It's a really solid roster. It's a really solid roster. I rate Empiros, and I'm just saying, Gangplank is viable again. Not necessarily all the time, but viable again. That will always be a buff for Empiros. Once known as Jax Plank, guys. Anytime you can pull out a Gangplank, Empiros will be good. The way it is. Alright, we are on the hour. Misa are likely winning this one, guys. Let's see where we're at on our other games. So, Centaurs versus Colossal or Galleons versus Senshi. That's a nice pick. Do we have a favorite? Do you know if the patch will change mid-tournament 5.20? If it does, it will be before playoffs. So if it does, well, that one. I would agree with John. I don't. You know what? I could possibly ask, you know. I'll ask around and see if I can find out, Marius. Because there's been two schools of thought on it. Is this Mihile, the NS dude? Yeah, I think so. I think so. We do need to switch over. Boisty. They got Call Me as well, who Call Me an old LJL player as well. No, he was a non-Cream Academy player. Hey, Salg. What team are we rooting for? At the minute, we're weirdly between games. We were going to be watching one of the front runners, but the games have been so delayed, we're waiting. For me, it's Lost Ratones, it's Verdant, my NLC boys. Rich Gang as well. Let's go, Rich Gang. Have I had a Rich Gang play today? No, they're not. This is where Call Me ended up? Yeah, Call Me ended up here. Kind of wild. Also, good to see you, Sal. Missed your face. He did play on Nongshim for a little bit as well. Had not a great time, it has to be said. There was a lot of memes about calling the bank account. Ooh, hang on. I can't finish it up. That's unfortunate. Mirage Cube only being 0-2-2 with Merc Treads. I don't know about Leandries this game. It's better into a rumble on the side lane, I guess. But I don't like that from Mirage Cube. Anyway, let's check where we're at on the other one. I think we do Centaurs versus Colossal because we've not got Giant X. I don't think this game is going to be all that exciting from this point. We'll change some stuff up on the title because obviously we've got a bit done in by the fact. Bluntly. We had things. How you doing, Sal, by the way? We need to play again sometime soon. It's been a few months since I've played with you. Might have to be flex, though, now, because they've been more protective with duoing, aren't they? I've not played forever. Need to get on it. Oh. Maybe we'll change after the fight. Is there more of a fight? No, there's not. I might be missing something with the Akali. Like, I'm no Akali main, but I feel like this game, you're into a relatively squishy comp. Like, your tankiest member is realistically Shinzao or Rel if she steals a loads of resist. And she's gone Spellbook too. She's not even gone Aftershock work. Anyway. Gonna do this for a second while it changes. Go. Okay, well, it hasn't actually started yet. So, we're going to watch the live gameplay, guys, because it hasn't actually started. Well, that answers our question, doesn't it? I'd rather watch gameplay. Wait a second. Yes, that's what we call timing. That was pretty good. Was my peak in solo queue? Not especially high, actually. I want to say plat. To be honest, I watch a lot more League than I play. And part of the problem is by the time I started getting okay at League, I started playing a lot less. And I commentate a lot of League. I watch a lot of League. Are the Rats playing today? Yes, they are. Their last game on. So we will be watching Lost Returns later this evening. Spiritually Grandmaster. Exactly so. Here. Grandmaster. Is Alex better than you were playing? Oh, God, yeah. So, for the record, Marios, full context, Alex hit Diamond 2, Diamond 1, and also in Arena, when they had Ranked Arena, both times Arena was ranked, Alex hit Rank 1 in Ranked. So, he was the number 1 Ranked Arena player at all point. So, mechanically, they're very, very, very good. So, yeah, so, you know, so Alex has always been a better player than me, mechanically. Outside of maybe the first couple months of play. But my issue is I don't play consistently enough to get good, if that makes sense. And I get a little bit... I am very bad... Actually, we'll have this conversation after this fight's happening, because that's actually really good from FMS. That's really good from FMS. Tungi could clean this up, though, now. Yeah, oh, good solo flash. That was really necessary. Wonderful flash from Rumble. Still had all out. Okay, flat to flash away. I don't think you win the 1v2, Frigo. Back Q3, get slowed by the Electro Harpoon. That means actually a lot of magic resist shreds. Yeah, okay. Started off as a good fight for FMS, and then Rumble flashed and made them cry, like, a lot. That was a really necessary solo flare. Nice bait. Okay, that actually might allow for Atakan. Okay, what did that end up being? A 3 for 3? 2 for 2? Only ranked 1 in the arena. What did he abuse? Zyra, particularly. But he played a lot. But Zyra is the abuse. He was one of the guys who was really forefronting the crazy my plants can fire off true shot barrages type builds. But yeah, they've got to remember, like, Alex is also quite good at things like Slay the Spire. So they've been very good at building augment packs that do a lot of work, basically. And they know the augment back to front very, very well. So it's done a lot of work with that. But, you know, he was, like, smacking down. He beat Finn and Adviem. So it was really funny. They started, like, Alex didn't realize it was into Finn and Adviem. I was at one of the LEC after parties. They were like, wow. Nightmare was like, Nightmare didn't realize it was us. He was beating our asses. It's great. When Ranked Arena first came out, and there was this very funny moment at the party. We're like, yo, dude, why were you so mean to us in Ranked Arena? Did he duo? No, he didn't. It was solo. He did Arena basically solo, which was kind of crazy, actually. Atakan just went the way of FMS, which is really good for them. That's what they got for getting the kill on Mihile. The problem is the fight afterwards hasn't been that great. They've lost 3. And Baron is up and Dragon is live. This is still sole point for Misa if they want it, but I think they might try for Baron here. Who's the most famous person in Austria? Okay. I know what you're baiting me to say, Bung, but I'm going to try and find someone else. I want to say there's a composer. Forgive me a second. I think there's an Austrian composer I'm forgetting the name of. Whose name I'm forgetting it. Mozart! Mozart, of course! And Schubert! I'm thinking, was Mozart Austrian? For a moment I wanted to say Swiss. Like, no, that's the way he played Moonlight Sonatas on Lake Geneva, sure. But he was Austrian. Strauss second as well. So Strauss, Haydn, Schubert, Mahler. You heard your name. You did, Alex. We were chatting Arena. And they were like, someone was asking you who's the higher rank, and I was like, well, it's got to be you, because you were rank 1 Arena. Was why, Alex. Yeah, we were chatting stuff. There was a lot of Nightmare. We basically, you summoned them. So, what happened to Baron? They got Baron, but they will now lose the Dragon. Baron for Atakan and Dragon plus 1 extra kill. Bit of a wash, actually. Moonlight Sonata was written by Beto. Oh, yes. Oh, good God, Laconics? You're absolutely right. That would explain. That would explain it. I put, oops. Slightly embarrassing. Slightly embarrassing. Not even the same era of music either. Fine. Slightly embarrassing, but fine. Love Arena, wish they'd add it more regularly, but stale, they add more to it. Yeah, I do appreciate the fact that because they're rotating it, at least each time they come up with new stuff, which I think is kind of fair. Yeah, Mozart was Austrian, exactly. So, which is Mozart is Austrian, which was like, yeah, they're the most famous Austrian. This set's been good, to be fair. Yeah, I think so. Some of the arena cameos aside, yeah. And I appreciate they're kind of doing a TFT thing with it, right? Where there is a new set each time, which I think is quite good fun. Not rotating it half year. Hopefully there's some additions. Yeah, I mean, if they're keeping it around, which is good, I think it's a really cool mode. And I think it allows you to be pseudo-competitive, but basically focused on, I want to fight people and outplay in the 1v1 or 2v2s. It's basically bot lane fight simulator. Or skirmish simulator. Without having to deal with the whole laning thing, or just being team fights. I think that's quite good. Hey, about the Turkish Master? Oh, there you go. Thank you for the info, Lacon. Maybe the League of 3v3v3 arena is true. That would be fun as well. Like, I could see that being a really entertaining skirmish idea as well. And again, it allows you to keep arena fresh. Because I don't think, like, you could have kept arena as a 2v2 mode. And I think what would happen is, it would end up, like, shrinking down to a very hardcore base. And then probably not end up with as much a dedicated player base. Where I think actually keeping it relatively fresh and doing things like 3v3s and changing the augments and the setting and stuff keeps it a little bit more interesting. Because it's not quite as casual as ARAM, right? They're like, arena past a certain point does get a little bit sweaty because people try mechanically to outplay each other really, really hard. And yes, there's silliness with the augments. Yes, you're doing other stuff. It's all about like fight. Anyway, another pause. Oh my god. Which non-LEC team am I supporting at Worlds? It'll be the LPL squads, right? I spent 750 plus hours casting LPL this year. So it'll be the LPL teams. I would love to see my boys Kanavi and Tarzan do well. They're such good junglers. I think they're really, really awesome. I have a soft spot for IG. I really like the squad. I think they messed up in playoffs. But I'll be really excited to watch Faker versus Rookie at Worlds. I think that's going to be... Do you think we'll see the new lane swap every time at Worlds? No. Sylv, join the Discord. There are people playing Arena there all the time. Or join Alex's Discord, which is also lots of people who will play Arena. Drop a message, people will come play with you. That's the way. So the Shy... I mean, honestly, I was more of a Rookie fan, I'm not going to lie. I love the Shy, I think he's great, but I was more of a Rookie fan. Rookie was my go. I'm a nice desk. Ask in there. I said, I thought you were in there. Anyway, we've got to pause. Let's go see where the other games are happening, because this game is so behind, guys. It really is. Right, we did say... Coloss. I have still got Hades in the brain. Change the code. I can't show you the code, guys. I'll get in trouble. Hang on. 3. I'm the goat of timing today. There we go. Right. There's some players here you should recognize, guys. Let me move this over. Some players here you should recognize. Funky and Cannon have both been playing for a long, long time. Funky won with Unicorns of Love, was on Eintracht Spandau when they won with Power of Evil. Really good time. That was obviously Unicorns of Love, Sexy Editions, AD carry for a long time as well. He's a really good like Zeri player. Obviously very, very good hyper carry. Enjoys the Jinx. Should potentially recognize Miatek as well. One of the better Polish tops for a long, long time. DS and doing well internationally. Who's one? Elite, I feel like top lane pools become too stagnant. Yes, partly because Riot hasn't done much balance changing in a while. And that has kind of meant that we've gotten a lot of very stale top lane pools. You need fighters or tanks topside with the occasional AP carry. And you've got 2 carries top lane that are AP right now. And that is Rumble and an Earthquake. And very occasionally, Cannon and Akali. Very occasionally. Cannon more than the Akali. So you just don't have that much. Giant X should be playing right now, but... Potion Papas? But basically the game before has had 2 mega pauses, so it's still partway through game 1. So that was the game we were supposed to be watching now, but it is currently... delayed via games. So we're going to watch another game while we wait. IG probably lose. I agree. I think T1 are really scary. They took Gen G to 5. They could have beaten Gen G. Any team that can beat Gen G is a scary, scary team. Oh, thank you. So yeah, hopefully we'll watch it here. But basically the games are delayed. I will let you know what's going. We'll probably double check where and when we can. The problem is to double check, we have to change feeds. So here we go. Wait, it's the way it is. Cool. So, let's chat drafts. Okay. Let me talk to you about Kiana. If you are just watching LCK or the West, you might have seen Kiana and laughed a bit. Kiana has looked really poor in the LCK. Really poor in the LCK. And not had a lot of success. Le Blue-tailed, there is going to be an official English stream from playoffs. I have historically been a part of the EMEA Masters team, but they've shrunk it down a lot this year. Oh god, no. But I've not been this year because they've really shrunk the team down. Because it's basically been 2 analysts, Archeron, and they've had Hysterics as their favorite player. So it's not been me, which is a real shame because obviously I've done this for 3-4 years of my life. I've cast more EMEA's Masters finals than I have NLC finals. I love this tournament. Some of my absolute favorite and best casting moments have been from it.
Welcome to Summoner's
A little bit sad not to be involved casting it. Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. And E-Universe does stream, but again, that's a fan broadcast. It's a co-stream. So that's the way it is. So yeah, they don't have the money, they don't have the budgets, they've not been streamed. It's a real shame. But hey, it is what it is, and here we go. Just some... icons. Right, so... Kiana has gone for the first strike option. So this is the Kanavi rune choice. But yes, if you've only watched LCK, you've seen Kiana and gone, wow, this doesn't look very good at all. If you are watching LPL, however, Kiana is something like 7-1, 8-1, and has been first pick for a lot of junglers out there. Like Tien, Kanavi, Monkey, Tarzan, all been picking this champion up. and devastating people. I have seen half of those Qiyana games end up with not 3-level leads in the jungle, 4-level leads. 5,000 individual gold leads. Good Qiyana players right now are doing two things. They are getting massively ahead in terms of farm and experience. We'll get into that in a second or two. And two, picking up that first item, which at the minute has been basically something like... it's basically Axiom Arc second. They're basically going full lethality. Like, it's like, we've seen some hubris, we've seen some opportunity, some eclipse, also 0-9 in the LEC. Yeah, it's just played horribly over here. So we'll see what it looks like at EMEA Masters level. But the deal with Qiyana is if you are a good Qiyana player, you're a monster. Profane. Thank you. Thank you, Marius. I've forgotten what the first item was. Profane Hydra into Axiom Arc. So you get obscene upfront burst, loads of ability haste. You can potentially, as long as you get involved with like 3 assists, get a second ult off in a team fight. Qiyana's ult is by far her most powerful thing. In the jungle, she gets a load more sustain from camps, so she's not having to worry about the fact that she has no sustain and no range in lane. It always sucks. And the big thing for Qiyana is her W got insane buffs, so she does a lot of damage to monsters now, guys, to the point where a good Qiyana is clearing in 304. Your first clear is 26 seconds before Scuttle Crab spawn. That allows you to do the Z trick of going home, picking up long swords and going out to the river. So at the minute, Zagog should be finishing, what, 3:15? They're done? Yeah, they're done. Okay, so there you go. Has finished at 3:15. So like 10 seconds off truly giga-fast Qiyana clear. But still very, very fast. Will now get their choice of where they want to go. And once they start getting some AD to their name, especially in some gold from First Strike, they really, really, really tear through a jungle. And you are allowed to be a terrifying carry and engage option. She's kind of taken over from where things like Neferi and to a lesser extent Zed did in terms of a draft option. It was like, can I get away with a carry jungler, an AD skirmishing jungler, and have my frontline and pseudo engage elsewhere? Of course, Qiyana does bring her own engage, so that helps. But this is the reason why we're seeing it with things like Annie. Annie Qiyana. Deadly combo. Galio gives you more frontline. That's actually a really good play bot side. Tyrone needs to be really, really careful. They might die here. Funky's got flash and barrier. Yeah, there's the flash. Has got barrier. Ooh, the turret barrier. Nicely done. I think may die here as the flash pulverize. Good CC back. There's the Zenith Blade. Should keep Funky alive. Gets a decent amount of healing. Oh, Seneca! They're just out of range. Oh, damn, that bot lane 2v2. Anyway, that's a large rant to say Qiyana is a carry jungler in the kind of like where you might think about something like a Zed, where you might think about something like a Neferi, you can think about something like a Qiyana. Neferi, more mobile, more single target, better backline access. Not that Qiyana doesn't have it, but less CC. And safer, because of course you got your W. And the resets and the healing. Lots of stuff. But obviously got enough. Zed, more of a poke option. More of a poke option. Your shurikens allow you to join in a poke comp a little bit better. And your 1v1 dueling is very, very scary. Qiyana, ult is massive CC. Massive team fight value. You are very reliant on it being good. And you're reliant on being a good Qiyana player. The reason it works in the LPL is the region of Qiyana one tricks. If you have not seen Chinese TikToks of Qiyana's, you're missing out, guys. They just do silly things out. Galio Oriana so much better. Laconics, how much LPL have you watched? Because again, Annie's still very successful in LCK and LPL. Basically, with paired particularly with things like the Wukong, things like the Qiyana, because you set up for absolutely brutal mid-jungle blast combos. I watched a tank Scion who was drafted mid lane get massacred by a one-item Qiyana Annie twice in a row. Like, it ruined the game. That's a big thing. When does Partisan start? Let me double check for you. Partisan will be a little bit from now. I got a call from my mum, guys. Give me a second. I got a list of my mum. Excuse me.
Perform your right.
Which is my mum checking to see how I was. Very nice of her. Hey Sam, didn't know EMEA Masters was on today. Great surprise. Yeah, so Swiss stage just started. We had our last chance qualifiers over the last week, but there was no feeds for it, which was very annoying, so we've done it this way instead. Did Verdant play already? Yes, they did. They lost, unfortunately. Hey.
Courageous Giga Guard.
Item more. Key. Okay, let's focus in on them. So at the minute, Ross are way ahead, right? Oh man, this Kiana's about to do horrible things to them. Oh no! As has also been pointed out, Jarvan doesn't have a fun tie into Kiana because Kiana can ult you inside your Cataclysm, and that's a bad time. This is me ranting about Kiana because I think she's a great champion. We just haven't seen it piloted very well over the way. Oh, we got Naruto in chat as well. How's life as the Hokage? And thank you for the follow, by the way, Hokage. Actually, I think I owe some people. Roko, Konoe, thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate you all. Proper power. You got a penta yesterday over next dime. Drop the clip in chat. Or in Discord. Join us in the Discord.
Arise and return to this world.
Let's check in with what's happening in our... Wow, Game of Legion smashed in their game. So we'll see when Heretics Vitality B starts. That's our next game to do. Giant X Prime will be soon-ish. They're just miles behind. We'll have a look and see what's happening with Giant X Prime. Does Kiana interact with other champions' pillars? Like, yes, she does. Yes, she does. If it's terrain, she interacts with it. So yes, you can ult on Jarvan Wall. And ult on Trundle Pillar. I think you can ult on Yorick Dark Procession. In fact, we'll keep an eye out for it. Not GL. It's GL is the tag, but it's Galleons is the name. Did I say Game of Legion? I meant Galleons. Sorry. But yeah, GL is their tag. What it is. Was Game of Legion? Long time Dark Special team. Ooh, LCK's being merged with Riot Games Korea properly. Okay, decent engage. Pressure on the Kiana. Yeah. I mean, like, I think Yunara has a horrible time into Kiana. You are... Whenever you want to step forwards to do the Yunara thing, especially post-base stat nerfs, you will eat a Kiana ult into a Galio ult and probably a Rumble ult afterwards and have a bad time. One of my favorite comps of all time was Kiana Jones and the Carpets of Doom, which involved Rumble and Braum basically layering CC on targets hit by the Kiana ultimate. Vigil should be okay here. Taunt. It's going to be a decent chunk, but not too much more. Hollow Radiance doing its thing.
I see your strength.
Funky. Back over the wall you go. I think Ross are pretty happy here. I'm not going to lie, Kiana being 2-0. What you want out of a Kiana? He's 700 gold up. Can now start with the Profane Hydra. Will start mashing the Raptors.
Courageous Giga Guard. I am the max.
Little engage. It's on to the Leona who's got Eclipse rolling. I don't know how much you want this, guys. Decent double Terramorph combo with the Edge of Ixtal, Solar Flare, another little Root. I don't know whether you need to Solar Flare that. Now you don't have it for Dragon. Cataclysm's down though. Adusto is low. We'll have to equalize the wave. Okay, so you're now down. Solar Flare equalizer. I don't know how fightable this dragon is, you know. I mean, Yorick's not going to join. Rumble gets the opportunity to reset here. Doesn't get interrupted. Yorick's going to take the opportunity to proxy farm. I think CG have got a little bit of an angle here. Ooh, jerky. Jacob. Sorry, I'm Jacob. I can't believe I pronounced jerky. Sorry, Jacob. Cannon. Fine. I think that's quite a hostile individual. Okay. Ah, hang on. Tyrone's got a really good angle now. It's a very good Arc of Ruin. Cannon, I think, is trading their life for this. Funky gets a decent chunk. Ah, Tyrone really good flash in. Doggo gets over the wall. Gets the root. Needed it. Arc of Judgment slow. Funky's dead. No, flat. Okay. What did that end up being? A 2 for 1? 2 for 1? 2 for none? I'm gonna watch Partisan. They haven't started their game yet. Hopefully we'll watch it here. The game hasn't started yet. Because the game 1 ended half an hour late. So draft will be at 6:40. I think at this point, guys, we'll sit and finish this one, then go watch Vitality B and Heretics play. Ooh, Vigil's so dead. Oh, Vigil, no. Yikes. Nice angle. Nicely done, Adusto. Zagog. Actually, credit to Jacob, actually, for actually, should be probably Jacob, I guess. Huge upside Saturday, HLE versus Genji. Was it? I think Genji are the best team in the world. Which league country's Partisan from? Is it is it Croatia? I think that's their background. Let me double check actually. that what they're from? I am forgetting a little bit here. Where are they from again? Partisan. Ah, the EBL. Oh, they're Baltics. Baltics League. Serbian. So it's the same region as Crvena Zvezda. It was Crvena Zvezda. Spike Syndicate. All of that stuff. Crvena Zvezda. Which Partizan beats for Crvena Zvezda, actually. It was quite an important one, that. EBL is a very small region right now. It was for playoffs. Only 4 teams in there. Mietek about to get flame spittered. Given an idea of individual rank, or everyone Grandmaster, or do we have regular diamond players in the EMEA Master? At this level, if you're at a EMEA Masters, it's normally Grandmaster plus. Some of the lower ranked teams, maybe not. T1 are more consistent. Yeah, I agree. I think HLE are very streaky and very meta dependent. Oh, Zagog, nasty. Yeah, that's Kiana, now 4-0. Kiana, folks, now 1,500 gold ahead. And has just picked up Jacob as well. Oh dear. Balkans. Did I say Baltics? Sorry, Balkans. My bad. Shark person knows. That's the one. Baltics would be Estonia and stuff. Which would be a very different region. Balkans is your Serbia and the like. I think DK have improved so much. Lucid is so much better now. Yeah, I agree. Lucid's gotten better. And like Shiwu and stuff, really good fun. I actually think Showmaker's been more the issue this split. Been all over the place. And Shiwu's still, you know, if they're on, they're on. They're off, they're off. Baltics including Rift Legends. Ah, yeah, of course they are, aren't they? Of course they are. Is Macedonia in with Rift Legends as well? Or are they GLM? We have had some Macedonian rep. Well, I can never remember. How is GK going? I don't think they've played yet. Don't think they've played yet.
Punch the stars.
GK is on soon-ish. I'll tell you when they are playing. Don't think we're covering them here, for the record. Ooh, that's a lot of damage made. Yeah, Kiana up. Kiana up. Funky gets to free fire. This game is over. Game is over. Macedonia is EBL, I think. Okay. And that would make sense. Of course it makes them EBL. Yeah. I can never remember what Macedonia are actually counted as. So EBL would make sense. Which would have been fair, just put them in. With the likes of Crvena Zvezda and, of course, Partizan and stuff as well. Shoemaker needs to be more consistent. He's been losing every laning phase. Yeah. ASI should be good fun, actually. Quite looking forward. You don't say North Macedonia. Sorry, you're right. I won't wade into the politics of that one. I don't know it anywhere near well enough. So I have no opinion there. And my phrasing is born of ignorance. Funky gets a good chunk. That's actually going to really sting for Seneca. Ooh, yeah, flashing for that would have been a bad idea. Yeah, but I'll put this out there, Naruto. 100 Thieves got gap because VKS are actually a decent team. coached really well. And I actually think they were very, very, very disrespectful of, A, the coaching power that Impact was going to have coming in and just getting their top lane to play properly versus 100 Thieves. And 2, I'm not going to lie, big support gap. Trimby mashed him on the rotations mid game. Okay, GK versus Zero Tenacity will be up in probably about 10-15 would be my guess. Yeah. Oh, there. Okay. Fun. Alright, guys. We did say we would do GX Pride versus Partisan. That's up next. I think this game is done. I think this game is done. We can sit and watch a bit more, but I'd rather try and keep the schedule where we can, and because of the delays, it's all been a bit all over the place. When does LR play? They're on last, so theoretically, something like 7:38. So I think we might switch over and have a look at GX Prime. Because this game is kind of done. And I think, unfortunately for CG, they are about to experience the Kiana supreme display of heroic entrancing talent with Smolder's mom carrying all over them. And with that, quadra kill for Funky. And my point is made, right? Kiana, guys. This champion with good setup in the right comps is busted. Et voila. Righty then, that's GG. We can afford to switch over. Which one are we on for Heretics versus Vitality? You want? I'm assuming we're good to go on this one. Okay, well, they've got a bit of a pause. Let's hop over. If the pause is too long, we'll switch back in. Is Jax now better than old Jax? Yeah, they've gotten a lot better again. Jax is very good, very flexible in build. Sundered Sky is strong on them, Shojin's strong on them, Black Leader is strong on them, Zonya's is strong on them. He's a good, and he's gotten some buffs coming into Worlds because they wanted more fighter archetypes, and they didn't want to make Kiana. Oh, good God, Kiana! Yeah, first strike onto Yunari, who has nothing that they can do against them. We called it in draft. We said, I don't know about that. Anyway. Vigil did a decent amount of work there. Unfortunately for them, the Smolder is still untouched. Augusto did die here. You know what? Not bad turnaround. The problem is they've still got a Galio frontline with Smolder. Anyway, enough prevaricate. Let's switch. There we go. That's what we call it. That's what we call draft timing. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you with draft because I could really, really, really use a cup of tea. And I've not had a chance to go take a break quite yet. So we'll be right back. Let me update stream info before I disappear. A little sad we didn't get a chance to catch GX Prime versus Partisan, but the game's just been delayed too much. I really hate it. The game's just been delayed too much. It is what it is. I think, Shima, they want to have some AP option. Because the jungle has been very stale, and basically AP junglers just haven't been an option. And because AP junglers haven't been an option, we're not seeing AD mid lane. And that means mid lane pool is stale as well. Part of that as well is AD mid laners are kind of met right now. Like, what do you play mid? Yone occasionally. What other AD options do you have? Maybe a bit of Tristana here and there. Am I missing AD options here, guys? We're not seeing Jace mid. You could theoretically Jace mid, I suppose. Trendemir. Fair shout. Honestly, I'm down to play a Commander game if we get the chance. I'll bring my deck. There's no guarantees. No guarantees. Days are very busy. Things are very long. But at the very least, we can try and make it happen. But I'm down to play. No guarantees. I think if we're going to do content with NLC, it would have to be Rift-bound stuff. I need to move my camera. No, this again. Right, I'm gonna move manually because I update the title. Cool. Right. That cup of tea. Being distracted again. The ADHD is strong with me. Proper copper. That'll be really good, Connor. Again, I don't want to promise something, but theoretically I'm down. I love playing Commander. I'll bring one of my decks. We'll make it happen. Yorkshire's finest blend. I am a big Yorkshire tea enjoyer. I don't have Yorkshire tea. I've got Twinings with me out here at the minute. What else do I drink? I've got a lot of really lovely loose leaf tea, and I think we might go fancy. We'll go for a loose leaf tea with some gum. Anyone streaming Lost Returners vs Forsaken? We will be. We will be. It's not on yet. That'll be last on. So after this game, we get Lost Returns. So stick here for Lost Returns and come say hey. Or of course, you could go watch Cadril. But I'm cool too. Please watch with me. Thanks. You're welcome. Let me go. Yeah, and come back to me. There we are. Oh, you would play mobile? Oh, and then cast balloting is very different. My suggestion is chat to... Or go look up Stuart. It's Stuart. There's a lot of really good Wild Rift content. Really lovely guy as well. Worked with him before. Alright, folks, we're back. What have we missed? Anyone died? No, we haven't. Wonderful. Oh. Hello, hello. So, I've bought myself some tea. It's getting dark in here. Let me turn the lights on in it. 1 second. Did I get the tea? I did. Loose leaf. Being infused right now. I've got my favourite tea of all time, Lapsang Souchong. Loose leaf stuff. I missed a pause. Not very exciting, then. Let me move my cat. Make sure it's a bit higher than I think. So, don't spill the tea. That would be bad, I agree. Where are we at? So, yes, you should recognize some of these players. VTO, of course. Formerly. Ooh, nice kill. Mercy, showing none. Lurox should get the return kill here. Mercy's going to die. Takes the wave with them. Doesn't quite crash. It's a little annoying, so VTO will get back. Did get the assist. Mercy doesn't blow flash. Yeah. Why do they always pause at the beginning of games? It will be lag issues or connection or like setting issues often. Because what it will be is someone's loaded in a game and gone, wait, why is this not working? And there'll be something to sort with. So it'll be things that when you load on, because it's all done on Torrent Realm of some variety, you'll load into game. Because it's the first game, your first game there, you'll log in and you go, wait, something doesn't feel right. So you pause, you sort it out, and you come out. That generally is what it is at the beginning of the game. As someone comes in, spends 30 seconds going, that doesn't feel right, and they pause and they go, yeah, this is the issue. Whose draft do I like? That's a good question, actually. I think I prefer Heretics. I think Yoppa is going to have a hard time on Yunara. I think Wukong, Leona, Cassante, and Oriana are going to make it very difficult for her to find a place to stand and deliver, especially post-nerfs. I think VTO into Wukong, Cassante, Oriana, also not a lot of fun early. And I think you're going to hit a point where, unless you get the mother of all, Jarvan into Syndra ult combos, Smolder's going to be very hard to kill. Yeah, I think I prefer Heretics draft here, especially with the early kills going the way they have. Not exactly fun. And I think Douglas on Wukong should be a real scary option. Of course, Lurox is no stranger to big play as well. I think Smolder is going to be safer this game than Yunara, which I think will end up being the big difference maker. For me, at least. That's probably where I'm at. Disappointing series from MCore? Yes, it was. It was. Yoya wasn't enough. I think he ended up... I think it was a jungle support gap. The rage... That like... Game 3. Red buff invade. Guys, I've been distracted from turning the lights on. Good grief. Where he went to contest red buff, having smoke for his Raptors, was just so unnecessary, without lane prio either. So he fights a Volibear with smite over his red buff, loses smite, so ends up versus a level 2 red buff Volibear and gives up 2 kills early to the Karma and the Volibear, which sets up Caitlyn to mash lane. Awful, awful, awful. Like, that is desperation solo queue level contesting. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan, not a fan. I mean, to reiterate, it's not all Elior's fault. That's not what I'm getting onto. You know, I don't think he had a great series, but I think also Super and Alvaro got massively gapped by the bot lane as well. And I think that while Jojo played quite well and Caps actually had a very quiet series, Mirwin wasn't beating Broken Blade. I think Broken Blade's counterpicks worked out just fine. The set was a little bit awkward as the game went on, but hey, they were devoting resources to the double other carries, which makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, that was a way over one. But yes, I think both teams are trying to do vaguely similar things. I will say Gnar is a potential win con here, and Genax is a very good split pushing Gnar at this level. For whatever reason, that guy's a mental block every time he heads up to him. It's so frustrating because, like, Janax is one of those big what-ifs for me. Because if you go look at EMEA Masters Summer last year, you saw some pretty insane... Hang on. Mercy flashes, flash headbutt, pulverize, flag, drag. Does have a shockwave. Not going to have time to do anything with it. Actually, didn't have a shockwave. Nice combo. Good roam. Very good roam. You need to have that happen quite a lot. Because what you do have as Vitality B, as we've gone off the Janax point, I'll come back to it. Is really good jungle support pick with good setup in lanes. Meganar is a decent setup. Lunara, good damage to follow the setup. Vito with a Scatter of the Week. Yes, Scatter of the Week. Good setup. So you can make that happen, especially if for whatever reason Decap is given an opportunity to get out of lane. We'll need to. But can do it, which is good news. Bum ba da ba da. Okay. A little bit of a look in. Sounds good. Mom's getting summoned. Flash for the Shield of Daybreak. And Rin missed the ult. Does it matter? Douglas has got Ball on top of him and a Shockwave. They're going to try and donate it. Yes, they are. Didn't even need to burn the Shockwave. Very nice. And that's likely Grubs now as well, because they burned... What? Leona doesn't even have her ultimate, so it's just Smolder ult. Yeah, this is... pretty miserable. Lurux doesn't have ult for a while. Vito doesn't have ult for a while. Rin, it doesn't win these. Has to flash the Arc of Ruin. Oh, nicely done, Yopper. My NLC goat. Yopper and Clocks back in the day. Okay, that ends up being a 1-for-1. But the kill going on to Lunara is nice. Does that stop Grubs? I think it does. All right, Yopper. That was actually really good. Really good. And actually get some feat of warfare, isn't it? Towards feat of strength. Because they got the kill first. So, you know what? Not bad. And actually, if they get the Grubs, they got Grubs and the early dragon. Not a bad early game from Vitality B, because they'll be able to get a... Theoretically, if they contest for this next dragon, which they can, they'll be in a decent spot here to pick up early feats of strength. Or he had to cover mid for a huge wave. Yeah, true. Fair point. I actually hadn't tracked that. I hear your thought process there, and I agree with that. You see way more 1v1 kills here than the tier 1 leagues? Yes. Basically because rotations, map knowledge, and... Yeah, rotations and map tracking aren't as crisp as they are at tier 1. So there are bigger windows where you can go for those plays and they won't be punished. Because at tier 1... there is a lot less lag time between where players are and where they should be. If that makes sense? And people's understanding of where people are. So you go, actually, I'm going to make this play bad, but someone's covering. Or actually, I can't stand here because there will be no one. And at top level play, that will be... and the string light is very bright. What are we doing right now? It's just very bright. User on this or something. That's probably a bit more natural this time of day. But anyway, all this is boiling down to is basically your windows to actually take a 1v1 or larger. Yes, but I also say teams are significantly less respectful with the lead at this level. So I've seen players with massive leads also throw it. Like... because a lot of carries that get kills... Reminder, getting kills on a carry just means you kill people harder. It doesn't make you safer. On the whole. On the whole. What the fuck? Hungry Panda's playing Nidalee? Really? Nidalee support versus Giant? We got time. Nothing exciting happening right now. Okay, it's a slow game. I want to go see this. We'll be right back, guys. I want to go see the Nidalee support really quickly. I can do this. My host stream. Have a look. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. I just want to see this Nidalee support. Yes, I can be baited by random people in chat. Beam feed? Beam feed, why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me? Why have you forsaken me? Oh, this is why you forsaken me. Try that. Please, no. I hate everything. Hate everything. Why? Why? Why is this on this one? Eh? Tragic. Well, maybe I wanted 3. That's why I picked up the wrong. Picked up the wrong one. I apologize. I don't want to be here too long. I just want to see the Nidalee sport. Again, why do you keep doing this to me? Thanks, Shima. And also thank you, by the way. There you go. Let's have a look. Here's the Nidalee support. Hungry Panda with the 1-1-0 Nidalee support. With the bleeding moon Healy thingy. Wow. And Feisty running a Zoe as well. Ooh, with a kill themselves. Okay, that's kind of fun. That's kind of food. Moonstone. My guy. Well, we've got support. Support Nidalee. That's hilarious. I might come back and watch this game later on. If this game is still going, which it might well be, we'll have a look at it later, but I do need to go back to the game I said we watch. Especially because we are on a timer, and this game is just bloody delayed, and it's very annoying, because I would have loved to have watched this. Love to have watched this. Alas, we are not allowed to do so. That is funny, though. Shelf-made would have made an elite top jungle duo with self-made. The self-shelf. It's DIY. It's the DIY top jungle. Do-it-yourself shelf. The shelf was self-made. Okay. Rin's not involved in this fight. That's problematic. Yoppa very much is. VTO got slammed by that Cataclysm. Good Mega Gnar timing, though. Shockwave is good. That's actually a nice pickup onto the Alice. The problem is Yoppa and Yannick have not been touched. There we go. Yoppa, for those of you who don't know, Yoppa and Clocks were in NLC Div 2 for ages, which was monsters. And then finally got a chance to play at NLC, but not a great team. And then they've been all over the place, being really good. And of course, Yoppa now paired up with Decap, who is not Clocks once upon a time. And Yoppa is just one of those JD carry players that I've always rated at ERL level. He's very, very good. Not that Rin is bad. Rin's a good player. But yeah, I don't think they've punished this Yunara in the way I thought they would. Because they've got a lot of tools. A lot of tools to ensure Yunara can't play the game. But that involves Leona Wukong hitting good angles. So please do. That's realistically the answer I'm after here. Finding more Zoe. Wish we saw Zoe support at some point, but never mind. I'm a little... So, one of my favourite eras of of like leaguey stuff. Like watching that OG Perks Mickey X bot lane when they were doing things like Zoe AD carry before, and I still think that my personal thought process is AD carry players should be able to play non-AD carry spot. You should be able to play major spot. Should be able to play things like Yasuo bot. And actually, if you can't mechanically do that, then I think you are limiting what you are getting out of that role. And I think the fact that people ended up so frustrated, like Reckless retired briefly from AD carry because of the awesome dudes meta. And I always found that a little bit disappointing. Because actually being able to do the Canon AD carry, your Vladimir's, your Yasuo's, your Zoe's bot lane, Seraphine bot, was kind of cool. And I think it is actually a detriment to League as a whole that this role is locked to being AD carries only with a very occasional switch. And the fact that we don't see teams very willing to play with that, right, being very willing to play with that, is a bit problematic. Because I think the role being so locked to one character or one style of champion is problematic. I think it's a similar issue with top lane. People get super salty about ranged top lanes, but I actually think being able to do that is a really important thing, and some major top can be a big deal to punish what would otherwise be a very bruiser-heavy top side. This is too far. You have overdived that one and been horribly punished. Very good Vitality B. LFL is LFL. And for all we have issues with the draft, if you can skirmish and land your CC chains and punish, you can do it really hard this game because everyone's bringing some CC or some follow-up. Yeah, Whipper going bot playing Swain. Exactly. We saw Sven and Mithy playing Swain bot, Syndra bot, Cassio bot. But then we saw a load of AD carry players be able to play it in lane and then not be able to team fight. And I think it was quite telling that they were so poor with positioning and stuff in other places. And that is not to say that AD carries aren't mechanically talented. But I think AD carries a very mechanically proficient role, particularly in terms of how you are gliding and getting as many inputs as you can in, is a huge thing. Go watch some of those slow-mo plays of Ruler doing his Ashe plays, or the Zeri plays we've seen all over. Very doable. Draven, not exactly an easy champion to play. Not saying it's against it. But I do think there is a problem when actually your mechanical proficiency is so narrowed down to only one subset of champions. And I do think that actually Pro League would be served by having players and teams willing and able to play other things in bot lane that aren't AD carry. Or at least other styles of AD carry. Like, give me your Samiras. Give me your Neelas. You know? I was like, okay, people are going to run these AD carries. Someone's run a Caitlyn. Fine, I am going to run Xerath into this. Yeah, how do you enjoy being poked out? But then that also means you need to be able to have people like, okay, mid lane, how's your Tristana? How's your Corki? Can you get away with that one mid right now? That'd be really helpful. Or, jungler, your Graves decent? Your Kindred decent? Hell, top lane. Tristana top, been done before. Maybe you can get away with that one, or Quinn, you know. Some way to get your AD threats and your turret threats elsewhere. I don't think AD carries are as required for turret taking as they once were, because Magic Pen and AP scale with turret taking ability. So grubs and stuff really help there. Things like Azir, you can get away with stuff there. You're not as locked into having an AD carry to threaten turrets. Double ADC bot lane was fun. Yeah, exactly. Heimerdinger spot. These things as well, because I do think that one of the things that Riot not being so willing to hard push the boat out before Worlds and stuff done, and I understand why, because Juggernaut match and stuff was a nightmare. It does mean that we end up with not that much champion diversity. Because actually, I'll note that Fearless hasn't led to that much more champion diversity. I didn't think it would. It's led to weirder drafts. But we've got less counter picks. And people are less willing to pick up and learn counter picks to champions because you're only ever going to see that champion one time. So why pick up the niche counter pick into this champion? Because it's not worth it. So you don't actually see more diversity of champions. You perhaps see individual champions less. So you don't see Corki Azir every game. But you do still have significant. So you do still have significantly less champion diversity, or well, not significantly more champion diversity in this version of Fit. Yes, T1 versus IG for the world spot. We get Rookie versus Faker. First ever best of 5. 11 years after they first played the first time. Kind of wild. This has been quite a slow game, but Vitality B have just managed to find way more picks. They are so in charge of this game now. I expected more from Douglas, I'm not gonna lie. Mercy start with a solo kill and just died a bit. Is what it is. LR coming up next. NLC sorting me out. So again, and I say this as someone who's cast a lot of Fearless. Before Fearless was even in. Do we have a fight? We might have a fight. We don't have a fight. Okay. Oh my, what was I talking about? Oh, Fearless stuff. I think we're going to have some Attic Calm plays. This might have to wait for between game. But remind me to go on my Fearless rant at some point. Have a Fearless. Nice pickup. Okay. There's the Cataclysm. Nuruk gets out. Douglas is really low here. Cyclone kind of sucks. Genax. Beautiful Meganar. Beautiful Meganar. All out under the turret, but a flag and drag away. Ah. Oh. And Mercy's got no mana. Can't do anything. Look at the Orianna. All she can do is auto. I mean, at this point, you are praying for Smolder weirdness. House of Tea, really lovely. Really lovely. I got distracted by an email there. The ADHD again is kicking in. I need some food is what this is, guys. Hungry. Hungry for the truth! Let's just see when LR are starting as well. Yeah. No, we're not. Which feed are they on? Are they on this feed? No, they are not. They're on feed 4. They started draft a little bit. They only started their game 10 minutes ago anyway, so they're a bit behind. What happened in GX Prime? Okay. Oh, wow. Do we want spoilers? Partisan versus... In fairness, if you're watching stuff live, I'm sorry you're getting spoiled. That's how it is, because it's happening at the same time, and it matters for Swiss. Partisan beat GX Prime. Wow. That's a big one. Keep our eyes. I had something else I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. I think this game is now incredibly challenging for Heretics. They've got the They've gone... I think if Smolder hits Infedge in time for next Dragon, you are playable. But I think it's not going to happen. I think he's going to be stuck on BF Sword and Pickaxe. But it has to be a monster Smolder fight. And you need to Shockwave the Yunara. Like, Yunara has to get blasted at the start of the fight. The fearless conversation will have to happen. Smolder isn't this insane late game weirdness champion anymore, I think. Yeah, they did, but I still think Smolder with the execute and the range. Smolder's range is the problem late. Because at this point, your Super Scorcher Breath is a legitimate win con with Rapid Fire. Because you're getting so much splash damage from stacks, you just do a lot of damage. Like, watch how much Smolder's going to do here. Like, yes, it's not quite as insane as it once was, but your range this late means you can just absolutely mash people. The problem then becomes, though, if your front line can survive it. Lurox is very lucky he wasn't executed there. Very lucky. Infedge... If he has Infedge already, so it didn't matter. That's Mountain Soul. I think it's over. I think it's over. Yopper might go. Your front line isn't a front line as part of the problem. If you get to GA on Wukong, maybe Jack Show or something like that on Sante, maybe you buy enough space. But again, I've not really seen Mercy get a really good start fight Shockwave. We don't have time for the Fearless. We'll do the Fearless ramp between game, guys. Probably the best time to do it. Not forgotten it, lock on it. Have that conversation. Yep, dead again. Tracing. It's just not tanky. 2 items. Douglas, escape for a second. Yopper, really nice flash. Just keep the autos going. They should probably kill VTO here. Hang on. Hang on. Good flash over the wall. The punish is solid. Mercy does have flash. Lurox. Nice Genax TP. No, he didn't even TP. He just walked around there. He was split pushing bot. That was a 4v5. I hadn't tracked Genax with bot lane. Oh dear. Oh dear. So he's got to walk from bot lane tier 3 for a flank. That explains why Lurox was super willing to go for. I mean, that's game. GG. Thank you for the follow, Dabros, by the way. Don't think it matters. There it is. It's over. Very convincing from Vitality B. It was a little bit closer early, but the moment Decap and Lurox got unlocked, they did absolutely the Lord's work. And Yopper kind of proved me pretty wrong there. I thought the Yunara was going to have a lot harder time, but they just never managed to punish her in a fight. I still, honestly, coming out of the game, I still, for the record, prefer Heretics Draft. But the level of play was really good from Vitality B. I do think that's important. Genax as well. It was the split push Gnar win con. No one could match that Gnar once it got fed. Genax has always been a big Gnar enjoyer. He has always been a bit of a gatekeeper in EMEA Masters. If you can't beat Genax in EMEA Masters, you will lose to the team. Because he's a great EMEA Masters level carry top laner. Problem is taking that up to LEC has just been really difficult. Righty then. We're waiting on LR versus FSK now, which will be DX 0 to now. Doing this one over. Okay, you know what? I think we go look at GK versus... Okay, GK versus Zero Tenacity or Big versus OTS. I think Big versus OTS can be a boring game. I think we do GK versus Zero Tenacity. I always like watching GK. Let's go watch some GK. Otter side of fun, but I think that might be a bit one-sided. Let's go watch some GK. Actually, habits. Clean feed. The Window of Doom. Ooh. Hair audio. There you go. Wow, straight into the action. Okay, Unforgiven is on Yunara. We are seeing a lot of Yunara at EMEA Masters, despite all the nerfs. That was Gen G around 10 minutes ago. It was. Right, let's have a look at draft here. Woolite on his Jinx. Jackal on the Rel. Who needs to flash? I think they're dead, yeah. That's not bad from GK. Giyu, of course, is Arabian Fake. Border is also a big-time carry top. Has been with that team for a long, long time. Unforgiven, of course, you may know from having been over in LCS, in LEC. He's going for the Blade of the Ruin King build. You're into a Scion and a Wukong and a Rel. You're unlikely to be hitting Talia and Jinx super easy, so you're hitting frontline first. Yep, that's fine. Gives you a bit more sustain as well. I think that's a safer build. Yep, I'm happier with that option. You've got damage elsewhere anyway, so you don't need to be raw DPS. Yeah, that's fine.
Turret plating will fall soon.
EU probably goes Initialise and helps set up for a really nice time for Unforgiven as well. I think Boda probably dies for the nice flash forwards there. Equalize. Why equalize that? I think you equalize the wave. Because there's no way you're getting out of that, right? Right? So we've still got a little bit of time here to go. Right, well, we'll update this. This is halfway through this feed. BXV versus N. Do you remember an LPL game recently where you shout Supreme display of talent? Yes, I do. It was the last time Konami was allowed to damn well play it. Oh man, I need to go look at the VOD for that. It's just a Kiana. It was because it was Kiana. It was the last time he was able to play Kiana and smashed people. It was like 5k up, wasn't he? Konami's not been allowed Kiana very often, so it's going to be one of 3 games. Whoops. GK lost Giyu there, actually. And the turret. Not bad from Zero Tenacity. Zubak's actually in a pretty good spot this game. Who do you expect to win, T1 or IG? For me, I expect T1 to win. However, I would love to see IG win. I think it would be really cool for Rookie and the Shy and the LPL as a whole. Wouldn't necessarily be the best for World viewership. Actually, you know what? It would be weird for World viewership. Because IG are incredibly popular in China. Like, by far the most popular LPL team. And Chinese viewership numbers are not recorded elsewhere outside of China, because they've got, like, the way they look at view botting and stuff there is very different. Viewer numbers are a lot more challenging to read for a lot of Western metrics and access to them. Didn't cast that one. Okay, yeah, because I was at the wedding. That's right. So it will have been... Was it a solo cast or not, Kaiser? Because I think the first time I did it was a solo cast because I was busy at an LEC meeting. Or on LEC. I need to focus on this fight, though, so we'll come back to this. Posey, I think, might be dead here. Oh, Gyu didn't get everyone! Oh, no. Woolak's not in the fight, though, when Jack had to run. No way. No way did Vasco get away with a flip to get the kill onto Gyu there. Oh, my days. GK, I'm so upset for you. Well, that... Why is it so hot here suddenly? Hang on, I'm going to open the door. I want matches. When was the Kiana? I shouldn't be doing this mid-game. It's kind of bad. I do want to know, though. Two games. Was it versus NIP? I think it might have been versus NIP. That or Weibo. But I think it was NIP. Run away. We're back to where we were, actually. Yeah, yes, I think it was versus NIP. Anyway, we've got violence occurring. Unforgiven's got a really good angle here. That's a really nice fight from GK. That destroys the gold lead. Z10. It was the same place as last time, but where they got away with murder, they didn't this time. If IG pull it off, we may as well hand the Worlds over to Gen G. No one else stopped them except T1. Maybe. I actually think Gen G have a very good matchup into T1 is the problem. Though I will say Chovy hasn't mashed Faker as hard as he used to. I think the big deal is I think Gen G manage Owner and Keria better than any other team in the world. So I think Duro and Canyon have been able to keep Keria and Owner honest. And T1 are actually the Owner and Keria team. More than anything else. I was wondering where you were going with that one, Noah. I was about to say, do I need to time you out? Because I don't want to do politics right now, but that is a very funny fact. Thank you for that. Oh, nice pickup. That's Woolite excited. Jactroll's going to die for it, though. Does it change that much? Boda is out of range of Vasco. Oh, Woolite's in not a great spot here. Inara gets away. Okay, so they're gonna fish it all. Wait, watch Vasco. Can't get through, Boulder. I wonder whether Vasco could come and mess with that, but no. Would have been too much anyway. Would have been too much. On to Dragon we go. GK should pick this one up. They're in a really good spot now. And they got the Atacam, which was... How many petals? Can we not see petal count? Oh, that's real. We can't even see it on the bar below. That's annoying. Oh, guys, I tell you what, I might need to... I need to run and get a snack between games, you know. I'm getting a little bit lightheaded, actually. Good grief. I was like, whoa, I feel really funny still all of a sudden. Real funny. Ruler's got to be the best player in the world right now. He's up there. He's really up there. I still think it's probably Chovy for me. I think Ruler has been on incredible form since MSI, though. And again, like, he is one of those players that the brighter the lights get, the brighter he shines. XDD, hey, Eraz. Good to see you. I'm assuming you are one of our resident LR fans. I can't remember the bloody name. We even got a little emote. Go. Me. It's a great one. We had a massive tech pause, and so one of our artists for NLC made this emote for us. It was great. Just like someone's eating the wires and they cut to me and I was just eating the wires and they made that emote in like, I'm not even joking, within 5 minutes we had the emote. It was great. Hey, Kibbs. Welcome on in, welcome on in. Hello, will be after this one. We're watching some GK versus Zero Tenacity. And I think GK are a really good team, and they have been for a little while. They have made semi-finals very regularly. I think they're going to be a very good team again. Unforgiven still solid. Voda's still solid. Giyu not having the best game here, but I still really rate him. I don't know Ekas that well. I don't. So his name rings a bell. Trying to remember whether that's because I'm just getting... I remember most players, or... Where do I know you from, Eka? Turkish player? No, Lithuanian player. Oh, he was on Mobstar Koi for a bit. The Academy team. And SK Gaming Prime. Solari. Okay. Damage is good here, unfortunately for GK. I think that means Zero Tenacity are about to have a bad time. Man, they've just had a very poor mid-game. GK have just caught them time and time again. His Zaya, yeah, yes, Ruler's Zaya game was very good. I know where we're kind of like flitting between LCK finals chat and the game on screen. I do apologize, guys. I had a bit lightheaded. I think I just not really had that much to eat. So, hitting dinner time. Aircast just 1v3ing on the other side, yeah. I mean, he's a 606 Shinzao. He's level 14, so he's 2 levels up. With Black Cleaver, Sundered Sky, and ult up. Shinzao from ahead is such a menace. Such a menace. He really, really, really is.
Courageous Giga Guard.
We do that. Wait, wrong way around. There we go. That's better.
Super Galaxy Punishment Delivery Mode.
What's my power ranking of Jhin? So I see a lot of Jhin in the LPL, and I see a few people really, really, really do well on it. So I am not on the anti-Jhin hype train that, say, someone like Atlas has often been. Not on the anti-Jhin agenda. I actually think Jhin is... Jhin does 3 things. 1, he's actually quite a good combo champion in lane. So Jhin plus engage support or a bard or something. Something with CC. And thanks for the follow, Damakan. So basically 2 of these are kind of together. So he offers 3 things in a draft. So one of them is early game, actually quite good combos in lane. There's a reason we saw a lot of Jhin into Varus. Jhin could actually play lane into Varus because he got the farm from so far away, could trade with the Varus, with the W, with the Q, quite well into Varus in a way that most other champions couldn't, and set up really well with the support champ. It's actually surprisingly lane, I don't want to say dominant, it has windows of quite scary power in lane. And a lot of AD carry players will talk about that one. Do you have cool emojis in my Discord server? I do actually. We need to set some more up. I need to add some more for my channel, but we do have some pretty cool moves. Come join us. The answer is, by the end of today, we will do. I'll make sure we do. Jhin doing 3 things, heresy, I know. Triple kill. Triple kill for Unforgiven as well. Really nice fight. We're talking about Jhin, who's not even in this game. That was a really nice fight on screen, guys. Unforgiven popped up, but I think the game's been over for a little bit. That's why we're doing this. Unforgiven had another... We've seen some very good Yunara games. Ekas didn't even die! Sorry. On the timeout there. This is how I get people to subscribe to my channel. If you want to yell at me, with all caps, you have to subscribe. That's the rule. That's the rule. This is how I get the Prime subs. This is how I farm the money to keep doing this for all of you. I'll untime you out, damn it. Base paywall. That's it. That's it. And honestly, it does actually help because of like the style of streamer I am. I actually like to chat with people, have some good conversations. It stops chat being a little too spammy. And so we actually get to have some cool conversations. And so people do want to yell at me. Just sub for it. It's something I stole from Co-Carnage. And I just because of who I am and what the games I play and what I do, I like to have more conversations. I mean, just people just spamming random caps is sometimes a bit annoying. And I'm not a big enough channel to have like big walls of emotes and stuff going, so it generally works quite well. Right, to the debate. Good to say goodbye to your conversation. It's fine. I'm here for it. If it gets too annoying for people, I'll turn the filter off for today. But there we go. It's time. It's time. Oh. Right, guys. I do a fearless rant for you guys. I need to finish the Jhin rant. But first, I need to get myself some food. Or at least a little snack. Because I'm getting a little bit lightheaded. And we've got another big game to come. We really, really need it. So I'm going to go sort myself out. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I'm just going to run and get myself a little bit of something to eat. Call it just in Okay, folks. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, my days. Hey, is it official stream? Is this the official stream? I'm having trouble finding the English version of the stream. So there is no official English stream, Rogers. Not until playoffs. Not that I don't like it, so don't worry about it, Rogers. So I will do my best to fill in. But there is no official one. Yeah, it's a real shame. Yeah, the budget's been cut a lot. Is there no? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. Let me I thought we'd already set them in. I will resolve that issue momentarily. We'll do that. We'll do that. Maybe I'll do that after the stream. I'll do that after the stream. I don't want to be doing that mid-stream. I thought we'd already added those. That's a little disappointing. Oh. Yeah, where are they then? Where do we have? Oh, I have to rename them all. Ew. Yeah, we'll do that later. Because I have got a load of emotes that I've clearly not added to my server, which I thought I already had. That's a bit awkward. I reckon a lion-sized goose will end me in one peck. So it has to be 20 duck-sized lions. I think that's probably wise. Because I agree. A giant duck. Have you not seen terror birds? Or what an ostrich can do to a man? We're watching LR play. Yes, we are. They'll be coming next. We're just waiting for the games to get started. So I'm with you. I think 20 goose-sized lions is the correct option. One of my predictions, this should be an LR smash. Should be. LCK and LPL have been good, but they play the game so different that it feels different watching those guys. Yeah, I mean, EU in particular has really, really, really focused on crafting for 2-item teamfight comps around objective. A lot of Victor. Not that there isn't in the LPL and LCK. But if you look at LPL and LCK, you also see a lot of comps that are designed to get priority and early advantages, which they then use to get objectives. Rather than saying, we're going to play it slow, then win at objectives. I think risky. Risky. You can sort of get away with it. But you sort of see Smolder come out game 3, game 4, not game 1, game 2. They're next, yes. They're next. We have LR coming up now. Indeed it is. Let me go see how my food's doing. I'm not even joking. I have made a rapid shakshuka in 3 minutes flat. I'm very impressed with myself. Oh, hello, draft. That's what we call timing. Hello. Let me move some things around so we can see. 1 and 2. Oh, that's what we call timing. Oh, I was getting lightheaded. I need to make some rapid food. That's not bad. Here you go. Managed to make some shakshuka. It's a lot of shakshuka. Good food. Okay. Apologies, guys. I might need to do a little bit of nibbling while we look at this one. So you watch the feed you're watching, is that just for streamers? It's just for streamers, I'm afraid. I can't give you those clean feeds. That is one of the things we're told very much not to do. So there you have it. So, LR blue side. Getting rid of the Galio away from Nemesis. Getting rid of the Wukong away from Valia. Specialty picks on the other side. I think the Nocturne Poppy are 2 divers and Denier are divers. Lulu's a good option for Kaseko. Are we first picking a Baus champ? Syndra an option? Jinzhou an option? Jarvan. Okay, yeah, fine. Archetypal. I would have considered an Orianna, I'm not gonna lie. We're trying to find the match I want to watch. It gets better later into a EMEA. Yeah, it does, because there's 4 consecutive games. It's very frustrating. But actually getting someone who's covering all the games is actually quite hard to do. So I'm trying to be upfront on this one. Orianna takeaway, smart. I think you probably just Aurora now. Synchron is feeling it. And Synchron's a fun jungler to be seeing, obviously. Oni as well. Former NLC player, might go. You could Kiana here, if you're good. Ori Kiana, messes with Jarvan quite well. Gonna go for the Corki. That probably means a Rel here. I think LR if they're feeling it. So what LPL would do here is Kai'Sa Nico. It's a very good pairing with the Jarvan. It wins both bot lanes. You get double range. The Corki can't match it. So I think because it's LR, Sion is a consideration and will be locked in. There's your front line. There's your Baus option. It's putting a lot of pressure onto Melonic. Of course, it's not exactly a stranger to KD and Kari option. Corki's Odie's most played, I believe. That makes sense. Odie was always playing that even pre-rework. That makes some sense to me. And Nemesis gets the Hui. It's a good pairing with Jarvan because you lock people into the barrel and Hui presses QW and shoots them in it. Really dangerous. They gave Sion? Yeah, they did. I know. When? Into Baus, it makes sense. You get the scaling. Basically, giving Gwen gold is bad. Baus is notorious for that one. They're notorious for giving up gold as much as he gets it, right? I can see that. Initialise, you're an incredible cast. Looking forward to the LR game with greetings from Colombia. Oh my days. Hello from the other side of the pond. Thank you very much for the kind word. I apologise, I'm not entirely locked in right now because I desperately need some food, so I went on random. No, I'm joking. I made this in like 5 minutes while we were waiting for the game. I'm quite impressed with myself. Good. Very Turkish. Shakshuka. Fast allowed to play Sion, he will always play Sion, pretty much. I actually think, I'm not going to lie, I think his Gragas is more pro-viable than his Sion. Because I actually think he plays Gragas better than he does Sion. I'm putting that out there. I think he's a great Sion player. Awesome Sion player. But I prefer his Gragas. Which might be sacrilege, but hey, that's fine. Playing the new swaps would be good against Gwen, I think. Interestingly, so this is so for the record, it's an LPL swap, not an LCK swap, as it was WE were running it alongside a couple of the other LPL teams. HLE were just the one to do it first in LCK, but it was being done in for a couple of weeks in LPL before. So don't be baited. It's not an HLE swap. It's not a Viper swap. So, but the reason I'm saying this is because often you see Gwen being given that lane swap because it gets her out of tricky lane matchups. I don't know whether you need to do that into Sion, but that's definitely an option. Nami would be wild. Let's wait. This is some fun hobbies. I think Shinzao is probably your right option here. And again, unless you feel like you can pilot a Kiana, you could Kiana. We need shakshuka with bread. Eunice, if I had bread, I would be eating it with bread. I wish I had bread. I don't have bread. I didn't want to leave to get bread. But you're right. Shakshuka and menemen should always be eaten with bread. It's by far the best. I've got an incredible Turkish place down the road from me that does the best menemen. Oh my god, it comes out in the hot pan still. One of my favorite places to eat. It's very good. Complete side story though. For what is happening on screen. Crowny gets the Zeri. Yeah, I'm liking LR's draft here. There's the scaling to match the Gwen just fine. You've got a second range option to go the way with your Ultra Shot Laser. You can follow up on the Jarvan. You actually get a lot of value on Jarvan Engager, Zeri, because you can put your laser across the Cataclysm and get a lot of value out of it. If you Rel here, it's good take away from the Corki, because Corki Rel is normally your option of choice. If you are doing this, I think LR are now looking for the newer age lane swap, because you can sign up, because I think Zeri Rel is not a great bot lane individually. Like, eventually Zeri will be okay because she's safe and Rel can go gallivanting off to do her thing. But I suspect Corki plus counterpick support here for Kaseko. Leona Cork is decent, basically because Corki Gatling Gun procs Daylight an insane amount of times. So you get a lot out of the Leona passive with this one. Isn't Syndra better than Hui here? No. Okay, well. Mixed. Hui bullies Ori. Hui can bully Ori. Hui's actually a decent matchup into Ori because you can trade through the wave in the ways that she can. You've got good range. Actually, you have a better early matchup into Ori. And you follow up from further away. Your Severing Bolt and Zero Spiral Despair combo can get on top of whoever the Rel Jarvan does from a lot further away. And Syndra has better individual pick. And would have been fine here. It's Nemesis, right? But I think the Hui is probably a little bit better. I need to move my camera. It is the Syndra offers you better pick individually because your Scout of the Week is so potent. You scale super well, but your laning isn't as good as Hui. And Hui can follow up from further away. You're much better at further away. And weirdly, you're safer between Fleeting Current, between your Fear, between your Tranquil Pool. You're a little bit safer than Syndra, weirdly. Basically, because you play from slightly further away, ironically, because Syndra's Q is actually not that long a range. Her QE is long, but the Q itself is not that long, whereas Hui throws down an AoE mini Rumble ult and backs away and feels happy about it. And this allows you to play more poke. Hui is more of a poke champion than Syndra is. But Syndra, again, would have been fine here. You know, would have been good with the Jarvan. We saw it earlier. But weirdly, Hui is probably safer, I think. I might be wrong. I might have got that off, but I think that one. But yeah. But I think we're going to see a Lost Returns. The New Age lane swap with the Zeri into the Gwen. Who's been an okay solo laner before, right? Unless they throw the Gwen down to match it anyway and have Corki v Zeri.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Let's see whether they do it. I think Corki Leona might end up being a bit of a nasty bot lane for Zeri to manage early. Like, it's a decent draft for Lost Returns. Okay, it's not that much of a Lost Returns draft. Faust never feeds. It's always strategic. I'm going to eat my food.
Minions have spawned.
And sometimes... So, couple things. Oh, ads! No! Sorry, guys. My bad. I wasn't paying attention. I should have done it in the break. Is this in the limb game? No. It's beginning of Swiss. Everyone's 0-0. It's first to 3. 3 wins gets you out. We're saying the Syndra into Gwen Shin ain't a good option. Very true, actually. Fair point, Waldo. Fair point. You've got the double Thunderdome frontline from FSK. 4 wins get you out. Sorry, you're right. It's 4 wins this time because it's double teams. You're right. Thank you. So yes, 4 wins, not 3 gets you out. However, second thing as well is Syndra, Gwen, and Xin Zhao is not the best matchup for the Syndra. Play would be better. It's much more incidental. If you burn your CC, it's all gone wrong. That would be a horrible time. Basically, because when Gwen and Xin Zhao were first kind of reworked and stuff, and things were being played, and Gwen was released, you used to have this kind of double fake frontline of wrong. Conditional frontline is a better way of phrasing it. Of Gwen and Xin Zhao. Does Gwen have Hallowed Mist? Yes. Does Xin Zhao have Arbor? Does he have Crescent Guard? Yes. Then actually you can create fake frontline by pressing those buttons and basically fake frontlining, conditional frontlining by using those abilities to tank up that one. Back from the ads. Sorry about that. Deciding games are best of 3 there. Nice trading from Melonic there. Melonic is a good carry top for ERL. Be an interesting one, because I think if Melonic gets fed, this could get a bit tricky for LR. We'll see. And I kind of hadn't clocked that, so you're absolutely right, Waldo. It would have been a problem. Baus is going to get killed here. Oh, dear. Strategic. Yes, it is a best of 1 green market. And... Is that a Doran shield for Baus? Is that a Doran shield for Baus? Is he okay? Is he well? Has Cadril threatened his family? He's back for double longsword. Oh, it's alright. He's back for double longsword. He's back for double longsword. It's fine. Is that a good death? No. No, it was not a good death. He didn't get the wave shoved. He actually queued and didn't hit the wave either. It cost a flash on Melonic. Baus hasn't flashed or TP'd. Actually, you know what? I take it back. It's an awkward death, but it's not the end of the world. He still gets a decent enough back for double longsword. He's held onto his flash and his teleport, so we can keep doing this, whereas Melonic burned both. So this Gwen is going to be stuck in lane like this for a while. So I think that actually is an okay death. I won't call it good. Not yet. But if you can take that summoner spell advantage and roll it into something, it is. And he did get the cannon. Damakun called him catching the cannon. So you know what? It's getting better and better. It's a passable death. With the possibility of even better. I didn't think the wave had actually crashed. I think I was busy chatting about Xin Zhao and Gwen. I didn't think he'd actually fully crashed the turret. Crashed the wave. And I thought it was going to get a bit frozen against him. But it actually gave him, because it was far enough up, he actually got to walk back to lane and not burn TP. And Melonic couldn't hold the freeze. He did get the push from it. Okay. There you go, then. In that case, it was better than I gave it credit for, is the answer. This is where being able to ask for replays on a full cast would be nice. We don't get to do that here. Oh, he's not going to get that much out. Okay, that's fine. I didn't think the wave... I wasn't sure the wave was going to reach the turret, at which point I have more issues with it. Because the wave actually hit the turret, it was fine. I rescind my statement. Reckless with the great peel. Absolutely. It's actually really key. This is an LPL specialty where you have your support all in on the enemy AD carry when your AD carry gets engaged on, basically to play full contact team fighting. You peel by ensuring their damage can't do anything, not by hitting their tanks. They've done their job already. Crashed it for sure. Okay. Then I was wrong. I apologize. Strategic, you mean? Yeah, that's the word I want to use. Correct. They've made very good food. Baus, good death. Gonna clear this wave. Melonic's had to back without TP. Is Baus gonna get a turret plate? Probably not quite. Half of one. That's a great death. And also, it's a death that Melonic's not in range for XP for. More than fine.
That's a fantastic shot. And now he backs for Cull and for Null Magic Mantle. So he can probably go Merc Treads this game. Ellie's got a really good angle here. Oh, nearly. That would have been nice. That was really nice. And now he gets to... He didn't even have to... He didn't have to TP again? He's still got Flash and TP. Oh my god. And ult. Baus is going to have so much lane pressure. This is going to be... He is going to have so much lane pressure here. This is such a massive deal. We're going to watch this match without this guy eating. Sorry, I shouldn't be eating right now. But I was about to faint, and I needed some food. And it is my coast tree. So, at which point you have to look somewhere else. That's a really good dive. So, they return the favor, and they get the flash and the barrier off of Corki. Yeah, kind of dumb. That was very, very clean. Very, very clean. Happy with that one. Thanks for the follow, G Crimson. Happy with that one. Very happy with that one. Baus. Flashes. Okay. Flash bend now. Didn't want to die. That wouldn't have been a great death, actually. Because the way would have been into him. Syncrov gets the blue buff steal. Okay, now things get interesting. Because grubs have just spawned. Syncrov's around. Priority's there for Melonic. How aggressive does Value want to play? Because Baus realistically can't join. I think you just have to give this one up. Zeri's roamed. With Zeri roaming up, I think they're about to this suggests to me... Okay, they actually do want to fight this. But I think they might be looking for the lane swap after. Off the grubs. Okay, that's going to be all 3 grubs down. Smite. Oh, taken. That's an early smite from Velia, so they get all 3 grubs. No, sorry, they get 2. Apologies. I got baited by the kill feed. He did get the smite on time. I take that back. Syncrov flashes out. So, 3 grubs for a flash. Yeah, you take that every time. What did I supposed to get bent? Yeah, true enough. It's actually really nice. I've basically made a whole bowl of shakshuka because I was like, I have had all of half a pastry today. It was very silly. And I was like, oh man, I've got to stream and I haven't had a chance to cook. So, there we go. Well, I do apologize. There'll be a little bit of munching in the background, which is very rude. I tried to do it in the break and I wasn't quite there in time. Also, Crowny being ahead 20 CS with a Cull. I thought this Zeri was going to have a lot harder time in lane, and I was right. They did go for the lanes. Okay. You. Analytical skills. You're back, guys. Hey, Naruto, welcome back. Buckbangs was Sam, please. Big way for Bowsy. Yeah, and I said there's that lane swap. Interesting with the Barmy Cinder. So this is a really... I'm very interested to see where Baus goes with this build. Because he started with a double longsword. He then went for the null magic, which probably means he'll be going Merc Treads at some point. That's a very Deka circle. Good crash down. And the Eclipse is about to time out. Infinite Zombie gone. Really nice combo. Wasn't respectful of that bush. This bush there, Banana Bush, is the killer bush. It'll be Hollow Radiance. Yeah, I imagine. With the null magic mantle, you're absolutely right, guys. It won't be Merc Treads, it'll be Hollow Radiance. You're absolutely right. Nemesis, Fleeting Current gets to walk away. Flash. That's actually really nice from Secret. Good solo kill. Nemesis. Bit greedy there. Still gonna get the dragon. But that was a really necessary kill for FSK. Hey, Bousy. Really nice ult on in. Cataclysm comes on down, but the end of days is unfortunately there for the side of FSK. Ooh, flash out from the turret shot after. Velia, very nice. Baus gets 2 kills from that play. Oh dear, let's close the door actually. I think I'm potentially annoying my brother. 1 second. That was exceptional timing from Bousy, by the way. Very, very sweet stuff. Hey, Corvia. Good to see you. I, however, am Initialise. That's over here. My brother's not there. He's in the other room. Hey there. Oh, we got another one. Tai Hugh, for the record. We've got a little rule in the chat. This is how I farm Prime subs, guys. This is how I farm Prime subs. You're not allowed to use all caps when you're messaging. If you do, you get timed out for 30 seconds. If you want to yell at me, you have to sub. If you want to yell at me, you have to sub. That's the rules. If you want to use all caps, you have to sub. It works surprisingly well. You're not timed out. You got out of it. It was Taihu, not Dinah. Sorry. You'll be allowed back in 30 seconds. But that's literally why. It's my prime sub feeling. And it also actually does help keep chat a little bit more talkative. I'm yelling, see, Monty's can do it. Corey can do it because they're subbed. You're allowed to then. You've paid your dues. You're allowed to bully me more freely though. Secret, I think survives that. Oh man, that severing bolt timing was nasty. Velier's got flash. No, he doesn't have flash. What am I talking about? Didn't have Cataclysm either. So I was just completely wrong. Would have been a flag dragon a dream. A sub to your brother, does that count? No. What if I have a single lowercase? Ooh, nice attempt, Ocelot. Nice. I think it's something like 70%. I can't remember what... There's like a percentage I have it set to. Closer. You pay for the lights above my head, you do. What soup am I eating? I've made shakshuka, so it's kind of more of a stew. Now, normally I'd eat this with bread, but I don't, in fact, have bread, so we're doing this. I've always got the plan. That hurt. Oh, hang on. Value's here. Melonic's dead. Oh, Cataclysm. Martial Cadence. Healing. Yeah, too much. Okay, nice idea. I was wrong. Melonic with the Hollow Mist. Too much stat. Too many stats. Bowsy's up 30 CS. Hey, Ocelot. Thank you for the prime. We got one. We got one. And now you can yell at me all you want. Aatrox was better back in 2023, right?
Turret plating will fall.
Yes. Yes, I think he was. We saw some of the sort of like lethality ones into certain matches. Quite good. Bowsy is dead here, I think. He's kind of fine with it. He's going for the wave. He doesn't care. There's a shield. If he gets to get a full decimating smash off here, it's a bit of a disaster. No, he doesn't, but he gets a soul furnace off. We'll clear the wave. It's not quite the Cull Cashing, which would have been really nice. And thank you, Danny Boy, for the sub. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming and supporting us, guys. I know it's Lost Tones. I see you all in here, rats. Thanks for the support, guys. It does mean a lot. Pleasure to be casting some of our boys. Doing really, really well here. Slightly behind in the jungle, which I'm a little surprised about, but I guess that's the power of the kill. The problem is, Crownie is cashed in Cull, is 20 CS up, and is about to get first turret. Lost Tones have an early game lead. They're up 3,000 gold. Yeah, the Swiss stage won't be casted in English. No, they won't be, unfortunately. It's me or bust for English. E-Universe as well. E-Universe as well. But I will do my very best to bring stuff to you every day while it's going on. And that's feats done too. But you've got Baus with a 1,400 gold lead. Always scary. You've got Crownie with a 1,500 gold lead. And your mid-jungle's Eve. This is awful for FSK. We promised not to eat wise. Yeah, in fact, we do have... Hang on. We do have the... channel-specific LR remote. There we go. From the NLC earlier this bit, courtesy of our remote artist. He's got Swifty boots too. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, Cataclysm. I think Melonic's about to have a lot of not fun. They used a lot of ults to kill the Gwen, but they killed the Gwen. It's going to be at the cost of Heralds, but I think they can shove for tier 2 here. Sion's going to go mid, stop them taking tier 1 mid. Guess I'll go take a turret shot there as well. Yeah, he has to back off on that one. Can they get more value onto tier 2? I don't think so. They've decided Dragon's more valuable, and I think that's probably fair. Oddie probably trades the turret here. So that ends up being Herald and turret for 1 kill bot. And Dragon? Killing Dragon for gold and stuff, yeah. Oh, Oddie. Yeah, I think Baus is about to walk you with Tiamat and force a TP. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the follow, Lancelot. I love that you, you subbed before you followed. That is a based order to manage the channel, by the way, my mate. That is a based best option. Fight occurring, Synchrov's gone, Crescent guarding. done on forward. Synchro, of course, once on the likes of Carmine Corps back in the day when they were first making a name for themselves. Oh, no way does Velyu survive. No way. Martial Cadence and Sundered Sky. Wow. Why are we giving Bouncy Scion? Good question. Good question. He has done very horrible things to people with it right now. Velyu got away with actual murder that. He managed to get Martial Cadence Sundered Sky auto, and then the chicken... Did he get chicken? I don't think he killed chickens, because you have to kill to get the heals now. Might have gotten it off the auto first, I'm not sure, but Velyu getting away with that is foul. And the... What's the shield on Jarvan? Oh my days, play-by-play cast, I can't remember, or don't look at... Hello, first time watching it. Hey, Clean. Normally, I wouldn't be here with food. I'm not going to lie. However, I haven't eaten today, and I nearly passed out, and I went, okay. In the break, I'm going to make myself some food. So I made this in 2 minutes flat. I'm very impressed. So I'm doing my best to make sure I don't fake mid-game, because I really want to be here. So we're vibing. It's kind of not popcorn. It's healthier. Just looked at CS top, guys. That is a 40 CS top lead. 2,500 gold for Scion. He's 2 items already. All right. So obviously here is an LR fan. Here is an LR caster. A lot of LR fans in chat. We know where the bias is, guys. And that's fine. Casters should be allowed some bias. Oh, yeah. I was about to try and do, okay, so FSK, what do you do to come back here? And the answer is, you need to stop doing that. You can't be allowing free picks onto your front line with no endgame. You aren't at your second. You need to stall for 2 items and then probably contest third dragon. At this point, though, last returns are up 6,000 gold. It's going to be a hard bloody game. Oh, Damoko just shy on the timeout. You hit the FF button, maybe. Again, you want to throw out too many caps. You know what you need to do? Just hit the sub button. Show me that Twitch Prime money. FSK lost this draft. They banned some meta prio picks for LR. They got rid of, like, Velyu's Wukong, which, you know... I understand. And it was always going to be a gamble. They then say, look, Melonic, you are a carry top. We're going to give you Gwen. Try and manage the Scion. Get gold off the Scion. They haven't. They've lost lane to the Scion. And Baus has managed to summon us really well. Got a Carl cash that in. I mean, the gamble was a risk, and it was a gamble. It did not pay out. And as a result, it's gone wrong. I understand the thought process. I do. But there is something talismanic about the Baus Scion that teams feel like either we ban it or we try and deal with it. But either way, it's going to draw so much attention in draft, never mind in game, that it's going to... It warps game states purely off the draft priority. Farms like Trevor. Yeah, I mean, it's a risk. Like, it is a risk, and I'm not here to say that it's paid off. However, I can get from the coaching staff perspective. You are going against the back-to-back EMEA Masters champion, who have just are on the verge of doing something unprecedented, which is just win the whole damn year. I'm not sure I'd call it a golden road. Not quite. You know, it's not Worlds. However, we need a better name. What do we need? Like. It's like full-on Pied Piper, isn't it? The rats have been led through town on this glorious procession of victory. The Golden Rat. Precisely. There you go. I should have known. George has been saying that all year. Troubling for those not. The Golden Rat. Exactly. That'll be where we stick. Golden Cage. The Piper's Road. I think the Piper's Road has got some legs. As in Pied Piper. Golden Rat's probably funnier, though. But I think if you want something a bit classier, I wonder where the Piper's Road might work. You'd have to think about it a bit more. But I kind of like it. Maybe some workshop. Hang on. Kaseko. On to Crowny. Oh, Crowny's in a 1v3 and still winning, by the way. Crowny is still in the 1v. Oh my god. He finally falls. But they've killed the Orianna and Melonic's going to die. So Crowny takes 3 people down to 20% or lower HP. And still only just about dies. You take that death as Crowny every time. Now you're at soul point. I mean, this game is so over. But all of this is kind of circling back. We had a really meandering conversation about basically Lost Returns being a horror show for a 3rd seed to fight against. Because again, they're on the road, Piper's Road, Golden Rat, whatever you want to call it, towards something insanely magical. And you're going, oh Jesus Christ, these are some insanely good players who've been winning a lot, have got all of this pressure, all of this aura around them. First death, not on Baus. Yeah, true. Nemesis, no, Nemesis died earlier. Nemesis got solo killed by Secret. What do you do in draft? Because you can't draft against Lost Returns and expect to just do a normal draft and win. It won't work. You have to take some risks. You have to do something a bit interesting. And so the decision was, we give up the Scion, and we try and come in with a plan to manage it. We say, Melonic, long-standing ERL carry top player, here is Gwen. Bit nerfed, but still strong. Get gold off this, be a carry, and this is how we deal with it. Because you have to have something there. Either a ban or something, because the draft is so warped purely from the Scion aura, from the Gragas aura. You have to try something. It hasn't worked. It has been a mess. People are understandably going, well, that was a bad idea. But all of your ideas are bad ideas. That's the issue. You have to take some risks. You have to throw something out. And it didn't work. And I actually quite like Lost Returns draft, because the thing is, even if it wasn't Baus, the Scion looks good. We've just got an Atacon. 7,500 gold up. They're fighting another fight. Reckless flashes away from the engage. Oh, that fear timing from Nemesis, though. What a wonderful Grim Visage. Did just lose Crowny, though. Crowny? That's not fantastic. Okay. I'm going to say something a little controversial here, as Baus moves to keep his way behind it. I actually think Crowny gets caught on Zeri too much. He lanes well on the champion, but I have seen this guy be so easy to catch out with while he's still got Flash and E up in team fights looking for montage plays. And I think he gets caught on it too easily. And like, look, it's not going to matter this game. It's not. No. However, I'm just saying, if this is KCB, having a Zeri fumble like that twice a game might cost you it. Might cost you it. Maybe. Again, Lelara are coming in, defending champions, all those things. However, I think he plays safer against KCB. I want to believe you. I want to believe you. I just don't know. And I say this saying that largely Crowny is by far LR's most consistent carry. So I wonder why did Crowny not take his Jhin? I think basically because they didn't need... But they could have done Jhin this game. It would have been a bit low damage, but they could have done it. And again, it's Scion, right? He's gone for an Overlord's Bloodmail. Of course he has. AD off HP? Sign me up. Delicious food for the man who's not eaten today. Nemesis has got a Magi's. Thundered Sky, 4th item incoming. I mean, with this, at this point, yeah, he's an extra carry. Look, your R into Q into like auto, like basically you are going to R Soul Furnace Q auto Titanic Slayer's Raw Auto, something like that. In fact, you might try and get your Titanic proc off earlier. I'm no Scion combo master. We'll see what Baus does. But basically, but in the space of about 2 seconds, someone is going to get absolutely blasted by that upfront burst. And he's still got so much HP, it takes forever to bloody kill anyway. Let's make it smash, stones people off. Baus does need to be a bit wary here. It's a good shield. I think he probably does die, actually. They'll trade Melonic for it, and Crowny takes the option to go forward. Yeah, okay, Baus bought more than enough time. They had to spend every cooldown killing Baus, and then Crowny pops while Melonic's dying on the other side. So they go 1 for 1 in terms of top, and then get blasted. And that's all. And that's all. Oof. 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 Thank you very much for the couple subs there, by the way, guys. Did mean a lot of deal. Appreciate you guys for coming and subbing in. Did 1.5k damage in... Normal. Normal. He's nearly 5,000 gold ahead and 2 levels, and they can TP in for Baron. This is the quintessential LR game. At its best. I won't say an archetypical one, because they didn't lose early game. However... Good like a circle. Is he dead? Ooh, close. Severing ball. Oh. Devastating fire will do. Just go for the line skill shot. Don't give him the damage option. This omelet's cooked. It is. That was a clip bomb. It was. Wonderful rotation from Nemesis, who's always been a bit of a Hwei player, to be fair. Sundered Sky. Well, he's got Tunneler and Awful. It probably is Sundered Sky 4th. You're absolutely right. Good call, whoever that was in chat. Nemesis got 22 stacks. I mean... 3 items on Crowny. Abyssal Mask for Reckless. Do I like that? I suppose Zeri does a bit of mixed damage, so she's not built towards much AP. Zion's more AD, though I suppose Hollow Radiance is there. Do you think the Rats will really pull off the Golden Rat? I think they're favored too. I don't think it's a done deal. I'd say it's something like 70% hand. But I think it is disingenuous and wrong to say there is no competition. KCB are good. The LFL teams in general are good. You still got to look at people like Big and people like... who's LVP were first seed? It's not Heretics, it's... Oh, actually, they just lost, though, didn't they? What am I talking about? That was a big deal. LVP first seed's name escapes me briefly. GX Pride, although they did just lose. They did just lose. There we go. Damn. Damn, this was a good game. 16.6k lead! Really, really, really good stuff from Bousy. Melonic did not get value on the Gwen. It happened too fast. Bot lane as well. I think credit to Crowny. Got the cull caching. Got massive lead individually. They team fought super, super well. Stat the objectives. That's just pretty good. Again, it's still a 3rd seed. We expected Lost Returns to smash it. However, that's very, very, very good. Sion just did the most damage in the game. Ah! Wow, he's good. Thanks for streaming this. Absolutely. Thanks for coming and hanging out, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Please do make sure to give us a follow. If you've not followed already, please do make sure to. If you've got it, give us a Prime sub. You can yell then. It was a good whole deal. Thanks for all over to Onivia. Glad to have you guys come on in here. We'll probably call it there, I think. I need to finish eating. Probably to do that off stream. I do some more gameplay. I've got Hades to play stuff, but I am feeling a little bit off, and I've got a bit more to do. Is there an official stream? No, there is not. Not for Swiss stage. There is not. Unfortunately so. This is best of 3. No, it is not at this stage. There will be a best of 3 for elimination and qualification series, or like matches. So it's Swiss stage. So what that means is you are 4 wins and out, or 4. So either you go forwards, 4 wins you're out, 4 losses you leave. Or so sorry, let me phrase that better. 4 wins and you proceed, 4 losses and you are eliminated. So that means on what would be your 4th win or your 4th loss, however many times that might be, they will be best of 3s. Right now, everyone is 0-0. This is match 1 of the Swiss stage, and therefore, these matches are best of 1. Where to watch the main stage? That will be playoffs, and that'll be EMEA Masters will do it. I will likely be streaming it here as well if you like what I'm doing, so please do come and watch it here as well. E-Universe are doing Swiss stage. You can have a look there as well. But I'm a great spot. Thanks, stream. I'm sub so I can yell at you. Thank you so much, guys. Means a huge deal. Thank you for the bits. Really appreciate it, guys. Again, I'm Initialise. I'm a caster. Cast NLC, so I've been casting Lost Returns all year. Also cast LPL with Nymera, who you may know from LEC. They are my younger brother, so we cast together as a sibling duo, which is quite good fun. When do we know when draw is? It'll be when all the games are over. That will be on... I do have those dates somewhere, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Have a look. When is the draw? So playoffs is on the 25th. So that's a long way. That's a long way off, because of course it's happening during Paris Games Week. That's what they're doing, because they basically got this whole thing where they're doing it live in Paris, which is really cool. But it means the timings are really janky between Swiss and things. Swiss is over on the 8th. So I think they'll either do it... I think they'll do it on the end of the 8th. That or the 9th, depending on timing. But my imagination is they'll do draw after all the games on the 8th. There you go. So that's in, what? 8 days' time? 9 days' time? Something like that? Oh, draw tomorrow's... Tibbs, you're right, there will be. There will be. I went immediately thinking, oh, playoffs, that's when draws happen. Clearly a dum-dum. However, yes, it'll be after all the games are finished. But yes, I think at this point, we shall call it. I appreciate you all for coming and hanging out. Does mean a huge deal. Thank you for the sub and everyone coming on. I think we're gonna get double notifications because it's on a separate thing. I do appreciate you all for being here. If you've not dropped a follow, please do. If you've not dropped a sub and can, please do. Thank you over to YouTube as well for coming and hanging out. I will probably call it here. We'll send you over to someone else who's doing some more work. Appreciate you all. Thanks to all the rats. We eat whale eyes in chat. XDD in chat. LR doing some great work. We'll be back again tomorrow for more Swiss stage action. That'll be kicking off at 5 p.m. I will decide what games I'm doing tomorrow once we've seen draw. So do pay attention to my Twitter or Discord, where we'll have an idea about what's going on. Until then, though, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate all the love. Until then.